Oh, 690.
Yeah.
690. Time to go.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
We are on the YouTube.
Are we on? Hello.
Yes.
There you go. I said
Look
hello.
at us.
I'm just looking at news. I should have done that today when I've been doing just playing games all day.
I don't want to say anything, but I'll forgive you this time.
That's okay. I haven't even... To be fair, we've got 3 emails, so the email's working well.
All right. Any speak pipes?
So we got, and the no, not done those for a while.
Bastard. I told you there was a guy I worked with who said he was going to send one.
He's never sent it. He just did that to humor you.
He really isn't that kind of guy. He doesn't humor
He
people.
is that kind of guy.
No, first of all, you don't know him, so you can't say that. Secondly, trust me, he's not.
He's proven he is.
No.
Otherwise, he'd have sent it, wouldn't he?
No, he just lost track of it. He
By
just
the way,
doesn't care.
Millie's friend says, thanks very much for answering the questions.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we've got quite a broad, because we've got John Mouse to answer, and also Jacinta.
Oh, my goodness.
So we've got Australia, America, and UK.
3 countries weighing in on the life of the teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucked up. That's what it's like.
I bet no one else has that. I bet no one else has got it.
What up, Chinny?
Chinny is here. Oh, hey up. Sounds worse than me, considering.
How?
I don't know.
He just has to say something as soon as you join. He can't just say hi.
I don't know. No. You just sounded a bit off.
You heard him for like half a second. What the hell are you making some judgment about the way he sounds? God damn. I got to let y'all know, just FYI, I don't give a fuck. So if you're thinking this is going to be one of those restrained Duke weeks, no, it's not. Just FYI.
We've got Angry Duke.
I'm not angry. I don't give a fuck.
Sounds angry.
Well,
sounds angry to me.
I don't give a fuck what it sounds like to you, to be honest.
See? That sounds very...
Should be a short show then.
Yeah, it should.
No, I got things to say.
For
I just don't give a fuck about any of the bullshit. It's going to be a heavy cursing show, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I remember when you were scared to curse on the show.
I was. I used to be fucking scared to curse.
Now he's like a swearing machine.
And now...
If he had a swear box, it'd be full.
I don't give a fuck. I tried to find a sound clip for it, but all I found were songs called I Don't Give a Fuck.
So this is the first time, Stu, that you've ever not podcast from that room, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Dude, well, in recent memory, presumably.
No, didn't you podcast it? No, didn't you remember once where like you had to borrow the neighbour's Wi-Fi?
I did. I was sat at the table because our Wi-Fi was down. That's right, I did.
And you had to I remember
to go in a part of the house where there was like Wi-Fi signal.
And that must have been like...
That's a long time ago.
035s, like that must have been those days.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I used to regularly nick the neighbours' Wi-Fi. They had decent Wi-Fi.
All right, are we ready to start this thing?
Used to download loads of illegal movies on the Wi-Fi. Anyway.
I guess so, Eric.
Okay.
In
case anybody's just joining us, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, obs.
Are you playing the sound? Are you playing the sound?
Is it not coming through on your end?
It's not coming through, mate, no.
Nothing.
What?
Not a sausage.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hang on a second.
Look, it's all right. You don't give a fuck. Who gives a fuck?
Well, but you need to hear my sound clip, so you're not hearing this clapping then.
You said you didn't give a fuck, though, a second ago. So do you give a fuck or not?
No, we can't hear it. No, we can't hear it.
No, can't hear that. It's okay, because I'm definitely not at work tomorrow, just to say so.
I didn't send the thing through the cable as well.
Doesn't make a change, does it, Stu? I've been at work for months.
Well, I work.
But
did you hear those claps?
Yeah, I got that.
Yes, we did. We heard those.
Heard a little, heart problem, Stu.
Thing.
It did.
All right, so now we're fucking starting. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah, we are.
Let's start the motherfucking show.
For real this time, bitches. There we go. Now it's actually happening. Come on, people.
Welcome yo to the
It's very strange what Eric hits like as a sound effect.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. The thing sucks.
Not again!
It's
It's the VeteranGamers.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
You've got a clip of me.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat.
Hello, darlings.
Yo.
Oh, hey, ginger balls.
Hello and welcome to episode 690 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay, 690. I don't give a fuck.
No, you don't. You just don't give a fuck.
I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
And we're all set up in our normal places now.
Well, we are.
It's almost like the podcast is like downgraded
it's
week
like
by
we're
week.
in a period of free fall where everything's just chaotic and shitty.
So obviously the situation with me is I've moved house and I'm still yet without internet, but hopefully this will be my last week.
This will be my last stream.
And I will be back to semi-normal production. But then Stu has a little bit of a problem this week.
Yeah, I've contracted COVID for the second time.
Yeah.
So, to be fair, I wouldn't have even known. I would not have known if it hadn't been for having to have a PCR test at work.
Do you feel all right?
I would have had no. I did yesterday. Today I'm feeling a little bit grotty.
I'm sorry to hear that.
A bit sort of sniffly, but no sore throat, no coughing really. A little bit of coughing, but nothing major.
Hopefully no coughing.
Fingers crossed it might not
meaning.
be too bad, hopefully.
COFFIN.
Yeah. So
right.
they'll just keep me back.
I mean,
into work
your heart
days.
condition, it seems like COVID ain't just some cute little thing that comes and goes. Like you got to be careful.
I know, but what are you going to do? You just bloody... It's
saying.
Going round at work again. There's about 7 people now got it, including residents. So,
I'm glad you're
sadly,
being careful.
I work in a place where you're likely to catch it a lot.
Which sucks.
So I've got away with it. I mean, it's 7 months since I last had it, so at least I've had a bit of time.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Stu, the second time I had it was way worse than the first time I had it.
So far, so good. I'm boosted up to the eyeballs, so I'm hoping I'll be fine.
I think I only had it once, so I'm hoping I don't get it again, but who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? You don't know. I mean, I did, again, 2 LFTs. Both of them came back negatives. PCR went off. That came back positive because LFTs just suck balls. They're just useless.
That's a weird way to test your COVID, but okay. You have someone suck on your balls.
Well, yeah, I think that might be more accurate, to be fair.
Well, okay.
Suck on my balls, yeah, they're a bit achy. Must have COVID.
Okay. Well, that's cute. All right, let's have a story time,
shall we? My favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
New topic. Hurry up. All right, so here's the thing. Look, we contracted with this company to plow our driveway, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember this. Snow.
Because we have a very long driveway. For those who don't know, we live in the country in a very long driveway. It's up a hill. It's like half a mile or something. I don't know how long the driveway is.
Duke lives in a house in the country.
It takes 20 minutes round trip to take the garbage cans out to the curb.
Everybody in the UK hates you the more you talk about the size of your house.
I'm not talking about the size of the house. I'm talking about the size of the driveway. You can hate me for the size of the house. You don't hate me because of the size of the driveway. It's a pain in the ass.
And the grounds.
Anyway,
that land you've got.
Anyway, here's the thing. This company normally is pretty good. Like if they don't come in the morning, they usually come by the end of the day. Yesterday, we wanted to go out to get dinner, and they're not around. They don't show up. Yeah. They're not plowing. We're like, well, maybe they're coming. Maybe they're coming. Like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, the Dutch is like, I'm gonna start shoveling. Now you have to understand how ridiculous this is to be shoveling our driveway. It's like you're gonna plow half the M1. Like seriously.
Is it like farting in the tornado?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It's ridiculous.
She's just like the housekeeper off Father Ted, isn't she?
She wants to do something. Yeah. She wants to do something, and I understand that. I once tried to cut the grass in a place I was renting in Florida with scissors like that. I know the desperation of like I got to do something about this, but it's ridiculous. So I helped out for a little bit, and then I was like, this is just pointless. So she kept going, and eventually I was like, all right, I'm calling the company. And I called the company, and it goes to voicemail. And I'm like, hello, you going to come plow our driveway or what? No answer. This morning, I'm like, waking up, maybe they plowed us overnight. Nope, we still didn't get plowed. Plowed. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I sent an email.
For a change.
Yeah. I sent an email. Hey, we're kind of trapped in our house. Hello. No response. Call them, start calling and I call them again. I'm like, y'all, we need someone to plow something. Hello. And I start looking up other plow companies. Maybe someone else can come help us out. Meanwhile, the Duchess is like, hey, I got in touch with our neighbors. They have a snowblower. So we're going to use the snowblower. So we go borrow their snowblower. And they're very nice. We have really nice neighbors. Our neighbors are like nice to a fault.
7 miles away.
No, just down the drive, though. We got to go trudging through the snow to go to them. And they got it running when we get there. And they're like, here's how you use it. And thank you so much, Trace. You rock. Thanks. So we get their snowblower. This snowblower, like, there's too much snow. There's too much. It's too long. It's a little better than shoveling. And it's hard to maneuver it, and we have to go up a hill, so it doesn't work well up a hill. It's just ridiculous. The Duchess, and I'm like kind of losing my temper, so the Duchess is like, you want me to try? I'm like, no! And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Duke? So it's unhealthy for me to be, I'm not dealing with the stress well, let me put it that way. Part of why I'm like, I don't give a fuck now, because it's sorted, and I'm trying to go
So did you find out why the...
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that. It's coming. Just hang on. Just whoa. Sorry. Just hold on, everybody. Yeah. It's good that you're curious, but that part of the story
I didn't know it was a trilogy.
This is a saga. Absolutely.
Can I ask you a question? So
but it's not a saga that's going to get told before it's interrupted constantly.
So
did you just tell me to shut up? I thought I told you something about whether I give a fuck or not. Because to be clear, I don't.
When you took the snowblower back, did you pretend it had worked? Did you go?
No, I was like, the Duchess made it up to the hill, and then she's coming back, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then she's like, well, what else can we do? And I'm like, I know, but I tried calling this other company, and they didn't answer. And so she's going back to make a second pass, and then the phone rings, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I answer the phone, hello, and I got to get away from the snowblower, because
it's loud.
It's very loud. So it's the plow company going, oh, yeah, sorry about that. So I'm out of town. The main guy who usually does it is out of town.
Nice.
And he said he had this buddy doing it, and he came by our place, and there was some plow out front of our driveway when he went past. What? So he's like, well, I guess they got it sorted. Now, that's our other neighbor. Again, keep in mind, like I said before, kind to a fault, right? Every time it snows, this dude who's like a professional, he was a professional driver, he's got a repair shop, like he's hardcore. He has a little tiny personal plow, and he'll like go in front of our mailbox and stuff because he said the mailman was out there and there was like a foot of snow and it looked like the mailman might have trouble reaching our mailbox. So he's sweeping up in front of our driveway. Apparently, the plow company thought, oh, they got a new plow person. They're taking care of it. Well, I don't need to plow them. Now, there's two problems here. One is, neighbor, thank you. Stay the fuck away from our mailbox, please. You don't need to be fixing anything on our driveway. Two.
Prick.
No, very nice guy. What?
Not unless he does the rest of your driveway.
Well, I mean, again, the thought is nice, and he's looking out for the mailman. Okay, fine. I think the mailman's probably used to people who don't have plowed driveways.
The mailman's a prick as well.
No. Yeah, he is.
So he's a very nice dude, but thank you, no thank you. And then, but other hand, dude, you think you don't need to plow our driveway just because someone's out in front of our place? How about you give us a ring? How about you say, hey, there's this other plow, which is tiny and doesn't look like it's about to do your driveway, but I thought I'd ask. Nope, I'm just going to assume and keep driving. So it all got sorted. Dude came by, plowed us out. We're good to go. The problem was last night we were ready to do Mexican takeout or takeaway, as you call it, for our Saturday dinner. Instead, Diane had like 2-week-old chop suey Chinese leftovers. I had a veggie burger because I was, we didn't have a lot of food in the house. So, and then this morning I was thinking, well, if we're plowed, we'll go to brunch. No brunch. I had fucking an egg and a bagel, and then later I had Raisin Bran. So I'm like, whatever, y'all. Like,
oh, you're hangry.
I'm hangry. I'm frustrated. People aren't being in touch. Neighbors are trying to help, but they're actually making things worse. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
So let me ask a question. So why did
you can ask a question, but I just want you to know I don't give a fuck about your question. This is Duff beer, not really beer. It's actually 7 and 7, but FYI, it's
anyway,
not just
why
7
didn't you go for brunch?
Why didn't we go for brunch?
Yeah,
because he's got fucking snow.
Because the snow made it impossible for us to get out of our house.
No,
yeah, by noon.
It was bad again. Is this what you're saying?
At noon, it was cleared.
Plowed.
Right.
Well,
and by that time, it was
late afternoon lunch.
Well, that's not exactly how brunch works, is it? Because brunch is... Although on 30 Rock, he says, I don't get the appeal of brunch. Why do people want to combine breakdancing and lunch? That's not actually what most people mean when they say brunch. They think of it as a combination kind of halfway between breakfast and lunch. So by noon, you're past the breakfast part, not to mention the fact we had already eaten breakfast. So I appreciate your attempt to provide some sort of solution ex post facto, but in this case, I don't give a fuck. So
I've got a rant about some sort of.
God. It's not rant time, Chinny. It's story time. Do you have a story?
Yeah, it is. It's rant time.
No, it's not rant time. Go ahead.
Rant time.
Rant
time.
I'll save it for the rant section that we have.
Fine. Now it's rant time. Rant. Go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
I gotta record that for next time so I can have it ready when there's a rant.
I was trying to get the house ready this week for it's Tara's birthday today.
Yeah, that's right. Happy birthday, Tara! Happy birthday, Tara. I wished her happy birthday on Facebook. I didn't just learn that.
So yeah, she's another year, and yeah, it's we had just a small, very small gathering.
Yeah.
It's a very close family because we've moved house. We've got a little tiny niece who's like 19 months, and we just wanted just immediate family, right?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing. Go ahead.
And we still don't have a kitchen table in the house, right? So I was like, let me see if I can sort out a kitchen table by Saturday. I ordered we looked at different kitchen tables and so on. And I went to like Oak Furniture Land. Stu, you familiar with Oak Furniture Land?
Oh yeah, we got a display cabinet from there.
Yeah,
it was
no veneer in here and all that sort of stuff.
No veneer, it's all solid wood.
Yeah, but then I went to trusty IKEA and found a very similar table. Yes, it's not as like oak solid as a.
And you had to put it together yourself.
Yeah, but I like putting together IKEA furniture to be honest. Right. And yeah, I was like, you know what, this table's like half the price of the Oak Furnitureland table. Let's get this one. So all right, get this one. But you can only collect the chairs. You can't have the chairs delivered. But you can only have the table delivered. But you can't collect the table.
That's
right.
That's just ridiculous.
It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah,
those Norwegians, man, who the fuck, or Swedes?
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. They're Swedes. And with their meatballs and their dime bars, they're crazy.
Yeah, and their universal health care. Oh wait, you have that too.
Yeah. So anyway, just about. So anyway, with the chairs, I collect the chairs, no problem. That's easy, right? And the table is due to come on Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have plenty of places to sit, but no place to eat off of.
So the table was getting delivered at my work. I get everything delivered at my work. It's a business park. It's safety. There's a receptionist. It's always easy. Every delivery driver works it out.
I predict this is not going to go well.
There's a barrier to get in.
He drove past the end of his driveway.
No, there's a barrier to get in. But obviously, if you see a button next to a barrier, you press the button, right? Then what every delivery driver does is they press the button, says I've got a delivery, and they get in, and it's very clear where they're going to drop it off, and there's a little room where they can
would not know that.
So I get like 2 missed calls, text message. I don't get the actual calls because I'm in a low signal area. Because on Thursday I was in Chelmsford, so I wasn't actually at the business park. And I was like, oh, they must have tried to call me, but they'll probably get there anyway. Like it's not that complicated. Come back, tables haven't arrived.
So you think?
And I did a massive like rant. You can't ring IKEA now, so you have to do like online chat.
Ugh.
And then I was
talking
doing that.
To a robot, you mean?
Did a complaint.
Table?
And basically, my argument was.
Sorry to hear you're having a problem. How can I help you?
My argument was, if you go up to a house and go up to the front door and you don't knock, do you just assume that you can't get access
let's go
to
home.
the house?
That's not happening.
If the door's shut, do you just go, well, that's it. That's me done. So that's basically what they did. So we didn't have a table for the little gathering yesterday. But we do have the trusty wallpaper table, ladies and gentlemen.
Wallpaper table, hey!
You get your wallpaper table, you whack a bit of party tablecloth on it, bam, you've got a table.
Nobody knows.
Well, everybody noticed that the chairs look very, very nice, but the table looked stupid.
Weird, a little bit weird.
Yeah, but never mind. But the all being well, the table should arrive tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the internet should arrive Tuesday.
Yay! Let's hope so. Fingers crossed, baby.
Jesus Christ! It's been a long time.
I got the sound clip. It's not.
Tonight, well, you better get your hopes up.
Let's get our hopes up about Chinny's internet.
It's been a month. Well, it's been six weeks really since I've been
It's been a long time. By the way, I looked up. I wanted to have some. Yeah, I want to have some fun things to say every time anybody talks about anything. So you mentioned Chelmsford, and I went looking it up. You know what the second paragraph on the Wikipedia article about Chelmsford is? This is probably the only city or town that has this. The second paragraph is a one-word paragraph, a one-sentence paragraph. One word, that would be rich. Fuck, no. A one-sentence paragraph that says, the demonym, the derived word, for a Chelmsford resident is Chelmsfordian. Someone thought that was important enough to have as the second paragraph. Here's the population. Here's where it is. You know, no.
It is important.
Never mind about the origins.
You know what?
No.
I'm a Lancastrian.
There you go. Fuck Chelmsford, because that's where we got our work van robbed in Chelmsford last time we were there. So they can bollocks.
Yikes.
So,
well, you know, there was a late Bronze Age settlement found in the Springfield suburb.
Okay, we are moving on, Duke.
No, I want to say something. I posted to Tara because Facebook goes, "Hey, it's Tara's birthday." So I'm like, okay. It's so robotic. It's so stupid. The whole birthday on Facebook thing is. I mean. I hope people like it when I post it. I feel like it's all just, you know, look, it's a robot saying, hey, say this person happy birthday. And then someone writes happy birthday. It's barely doing anything. It's so pointless. But anyway, whatever. When it's someone I care about deeply, you know, I'll put something up. So I posted the pictures, you know, from 2018. And I said, hey, Tara, hope you're having some fun like we had. And my mom has to add a comment. Happy birthday, Tara. Mom, you don't know this person. You have no, what are you doing? She just has to insert herself into everything at this point.
Oh, leave her alone.
I'm just saying, that's weird. I hope I never do that.
It's a nice gesture.
It's a nice gesture that, what? Like, if she's calling her friend, talking about, hey, happy birthday. If I jump on the line, yes, happy birthday. Like, what are you doing? It's so weird.
Yeah, old people, that's what old people do.
Well, my mom is special. She's done that for a long time. Inserted herself into everything. All right, Stu, Chinny, do you have anything? Any rants? Any stories? No. All right, let's talk about video games then.
No, I haven't.
Where are you going? What's with you? Story time's over, isn't it?
So what's your story?
So basically, I've been sitting here all day isolating, right? And you think,
like
that's going to be great. I can play loads of video games. It's going to be amazing, right? But it's not.
I have a feeling you couldn't play loads of video games.
No, I did. But my back is hurting. I'm getting cramp in my legs. And I went down the Rate My Takeaway YouTube rabbit hole.
What?
So I've been watching loads of those today, which are fine. But, oh, my God, I'm getting so bored.
Yarn, I love Yarn always has the hit right spot. There you go. Simpsons moment.
Is the story going somewhere?
But I also finished The Last of Us, so I thought we'd have a quick chat about that before video
The TV
games.
show.
Yes.
No.
Chinny is done, right?
You know what happens?
Chinny, are you done? Chinny, are you done?
No.
You're not done. Well, then shut up, Stuart. We're not talking about it until Chinny's done. He doesn't have internet, so he can't talk about it. What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't have internet. Do you not understand?
Oh, God. All right.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, now you know how I feel 2 weeks ago when I wanted to talk about it, and now you want to talk about it. It's major news. Well, you're going to have to wait, aren't you?
I'm sorry, not watching it for me is inconvenient.
Look, Chinny doesn't give a fuck. Not Chinny.
He just said no. I don't give a fuck about you wanting to talk about it.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
I'm sorry, listeners. I mean,
What you been playing?
you should turn off now. It's not going to get better. I mean, just FYI.
No.
Yeah,
No. If anything, it's going to get worse.
Yeah, it is, because you don't give a fuck.
All right, Chinny, why don't you start talking about all the video games you've been playing?
Yeah, Chinny, what have you
Oh
been
my
playing?
God, there are so many. Oh,
Just
that's
zero.
mad.
Just say zero.
It's crazy, man.
More games.
Raspberry Pi, Switch,
Mental.
all these things. Hey, by the way, how many Nintendo players does it take to change a light bulb? None. They're all busy playing with the Switch.
It's a good joke.
That's pretty good. I saw it on Reddit.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it is.
You're welcome. You can use that, people, with your video game friends. I'm going to tell my students that tomorrow, and they're going to go, it's not funny. They're not going to say anything. It's worse than being like, it's not funny. If they said that's not funny, that's a reaction. They just don't react.
I didn't play any video games, but I did.
Sorry. A little late
I did
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
go out of my way to look for a video game.
What do you mean you
This
went to
week.
look for a video game?
So you have another
went like
story
this.
time then.
No.
Because if Stu went looking for a video game, it would be a 20-minute epic.
There's a movie out, the Tetris movie. Have you heard about this?
That's right.
Tetris
Yeah.
movie?
No, there's not. There's no Tetris movie.
There's
Yeah,
a
there
movie about how the game Tetris
came
was
about,
locked
yeah.
into the Soviet Union and how it got
really?
out and all this sort of stuff. Yeah.
Huh. That's
Apparently,
cool.
it's pretty good. It stars Elton John, which is nice, and
okay.
yeah, and apparently it's all right. It's not a bad film.
There's a by the way, there's a really good book called Tetris: The Games People Play by Box Brown. Everybody should read that. It's a graphic novel about the history of Tetris. Go on.
I have like had this mad urge to want to play Tetris.
Well, that's going to be tough because it's very hard to find a place to play Tetris.
Yeah,
these
it
days.
is.
You know
Where the
what?
hell can
At
you
the
play that
moment,
these days?
it is for me.
Okay, here's live players. Tetris play.
Oh, you can play it online.
It took me 4 seconds to fucking find
All right.
Tetris.com.
Yeah, but I want
How about that?
a
Who
good
would've thought?
version of it.
Oh, you want a good version?
Surely.
Don't give me no shit. You didn't
Surely
even
your
try
emulators
typing it
have
into
got one of
Google.
those.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, but I when I'm home, I'm never on a laptop. I'm never on a laptop.
I somehow feel like you could find a free Tetris on your phone.
No, I've been
Yeah,
playing
you
it. I've been
could.
playing it on Tara's tablet.
So
on
you
her
have
iPad.
been playing a game. The game's called Tetris.
A little bit.
Okay,
a little
great.
bit. So Tetris, for people that don't know, I'm only joking. Everybody knows what Tetris is.
There might be somebody
you know,
listening who doesn't know.
If you don't know what Tetris is, get a fucking
We hate
life.
you.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But I do want to see that movie though. I'm keen to see it. And it's caught Duke's attention now that it's
exactly. I thought
you just thought it was like anime blocks, like going, "Hey, big line!
Well,
I hope you get out of this
when
one
they made the
square."
goddamn movie of what you call it, the Emoji
Pixels.
movie. Nothing.
Oh,
I'm
the
not
Emoji.
putting anything past anybody at this point.
That is true.
You
And we
thought it
have
was
had
like
angry-
following like the T shape for an adventure, like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's this Tetris tournament? Well, I'm
Well,
the long straight piece,
the four in a
motherfucker."
line block is one character, and then the T
Yeah,
thing
that's
is
what I
another
mean.
character. Yeah.
The four in the line block. He's like, "Hey, we don't like new pieces around here, motherfucker."
Hey,
that's
sounds-
what I
we're in a
That sounds
canyon.
good.
Somebody
Sounds
help!
great.
I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Anyway,
I can't see
so you've
around
been
the
playing
corner.
Tetris.
L piece, everyone. You know,
Right.
you know, that's the movie. But yeah, I've had this. But I want to know what like that movie's like. I want to watch it.
It looks like an
I don't
Apple
know.
Plus, which fuck Apple Plus.
Oh, is it Apple Plus? Is it?
I mean, that's what my
Tetris.
3 seconds on Google found out. So
If only there was a free trial for 3 months of Apple Plus.
that's
on
not the
your
point,
Xbox,
Stu. As I
then
think I probably mentioned
able to
before,
watch it.
you
It's
can't
2
stream it to your Google Cast.
You
So
can stream it to anything. Oh,
It's coming out in the UK. It's coming out in the
Oh, yeah,
UK
Apple.
at the end of March. So
sorry, Chinny, Stu. Did you just say that it can't go into my Google Cast?
No, I realise it's Apple.
So maybe I was right and you were wrong.
No, look, for 1 second.
Maybe people should
I
think
went-
before they speak.
Oh, fuck off. Tell you. You know what?
Got
All
it.
right.
I've got
Anything
COVID.
else to say
You can
about?
go and fuck
Oh,
right
really? That's supposed to make me take it easy on you? Okay. Well, guess what? But I think about your COVID. I don't give a fuck.
Have you not got a smart telly?
I don't know what a smart telly is. No.
One that's connected to the internet, TV that connects to the internet. No.
No. Why do I need that?
Okay.
So
'Cause
you can
get
play
Apple
like
Plus on
big
it and
like
Netflix.
I don't have
Netflix on it,
Apple.
and-
I can play Netflix. I can play everything except Apple on my Google Chromecast. It's just the one thing.
Have you got
Apple's like, I refuse to play with other devices. Nah. Buy a special adapter for me. Nah.
Have you got an old Xbox?
No.
Oh, well, that didn't work either then. Damn it.
Anyway,
trying to help
anything else
here.
to say
Trying to
about
help.
Tetris here, Chinny?
No, nothing.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
no, nothing.
Stu, you're up.
No. I don't know.
This is the part of the show where you talk about the video games
Have
you've
you-
played.
Stu, have you been on a podcast
We
before?
haven't
What
we
is
haven't
a
done this
podcast?
very often, so
What
it's
is
hard
that?
for Stu to understand the nature of our format here.
So, before the COVID, I went, right, I'm going to download this here Chainsaw demo, see what all the fucking fuss is about with this RE4 remake.
Right.
So I'm going to give that some shit. So I downloaded it,
What chainsaw demo?
Whoops, sorry, I hit the wrong
There's
button.
a free chainsaw demo on the Xbox and PS5 and PS4 and all
Well,
that.
you're saying chainsaw demo like that's a normal thing. Like what's the game?
It's basically the opening
Resident
of
Evil
the game.
4.
It's basically the opening of the
See, when you say
up to the
chainsaw
point.
demo, that doesn't
That's what
mean
it's
anything.
called. That's what it's called, though.
But it's a game, though, isn't it? So you're playing the Resident Evil 4 demo, not the chainsaw demo.
RE4 demo, chainsaw demo. I did say all that stuff.
Okay, all right.
Well, I heard you say chainsaw demo, and then eventually you said RE4.
It's called the chainsaw
really cares what
demo
it's called,
for
to be
RE4.
I
Anyway,
don't give a fuck.
What game is it for? No, I'm joking. Go.
yeah. So the opening is considerably
Evil
different.
4.
You go in this. Yeah, you go in this big house and you explore a bit, and then you get attacked and you shoot some dudes in the face.
Slow down.
And he
When you
smashes
get
through
attacked,
a window.
what? That's so
Yeah, you do.
rude.
And then you get to the village, right, which is about as far as I played it on the original GameCube. Stroke, I don't know, Nintendo Wii, whatever the hell I played.
And there's
it on,
these people
and
going, YMCA.
PlayStation 2. And
Village people.
they just all attack you, fucking tons of them, right?
Yeah.
And then Chainsaw Dude gets triggered. Yeah, he does. And then he comes up the stairs and he stabs you in the belly almost instantly.
Now I know
Then
you meant
instantly
that
die.
when you go past a certain line, he shows up. But when you said he's triggered, I love the idea of him being like, "Hey, I don't like you saying that. You really hurt my feeling. I'm gonna hurt
He goes,
you."
that's a fantab. That's
So
a
if you go-
fantab.
So if you go up this slope, he gets triggered and appears. If you go inside, sneak into a house, he appears, right? And everybody knows you're in the house, even though nobody saw you go in there, right? So then he like saws down the door and he comes up the stairs and he stabs you in the belly, and it puts you right back to the very beginning of the village again.
Oh,
and I'm
jeez.
like, fuck it, I'm done. So there's no way, right? When I played it on VR,
I
it
just
was
want
cool
to
'cause
say,
you could
fuck
shoot.
this game. I'm done.
Exactly. Because you could shoot people in the face with your own hands, which made it infinitely easier.
Yes.
And you could do like teleport moving, so you could get out of trouble really quick, which made it a lot more accessible and easy to play.
Sorry, you're talking about
And
the
now
VR
this
version?
Yeah. And
okay.
this just now reminds me of how difficult,
Well,
even
yeah.
though you can move and shoot, it's just ridiculous. Like you have to shoot the enemies about 5 times in the head to kill
yeah.
one. Right?
Oh, sure.
Limited ammo.
Very frustrating.
It's just shit.
Wow.
Shit.
No,
Why is
it's
it
just
shit?
hard. You're shit,
not
man.
shit.
You don't get how
It's-
hard it is, and that's part of the beauty of it, man.
I think the problem is
What
right,
you need
this
is an
my
easy
issue
mod.
with it.
That's what you need, right?
It's literally the same game, but just prettier, and
Well, of
that is
course.
it.
What
That
did you
is
think it was
seriously
gonna
it.
be?
The AI's the same.
What
the
did you think it was gonna
dialogue's
be?
The same.
What were you
yeah, but when they
expecting?
did RE2, no. When they did the RE2 remake, they redid all the dialogue. They had new voice actors. It sounded
Okay.
infinitely better.
Okay.
This is almost word for word the original script, which was fucking ridiculously crap. It's like, come on,
well,
guys.
it's
if you're
funny
gonna
because you
do
haven't been
it,
mentioning
do
any
it
of that.
all.
You've just been talking about how hard it is.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you now.
Okay.
I'm
Tell
giving
me
you
now.
some more flesh, man,
Fair
on
enough.
the bones.
I see what you
Because
did there,
the
zombies.
internet disagrees with you, Stu.
Well, I don't care what the
Honestly.
internet thinks. It's my
Because
opinion.
they have
that
radically
matters.
changed the game.
Well, they've
According
added
to the
extra
internet.
bits in.
There's
but-
all the boss fights are different in the game.
Yeah, but who wants that? They probably made
Did
them
Stu
harder.
get to a boss fight? No.
Right. Ugh. And you
Ugh.
can't even attack the merchant, which you could in the original game. You could shoot him in the face and
That's the
stuff.
real important thing.
It's like
Against
when
the
you go
real
up to it
issues.
now, your gun goes down. Apparently, obviously I didn't get as far as the merchant, but apparently that's what happens. It's like what?
Does this game
So
take
the
place
fun,
in
it's like we
Venice?
it's like Half-Life 2, where you can fuck about with everything while you're in the cutscenes.
By
You
the
know,
way,
it's like
I
if they
just
made
realized-
a remake and took all that stuff out.
I think I know something that Stu doesn't know about VR. Because you haven't been near
Oh, yeah,
your PC, have you?
No.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
He's going
he's
to lose
got
his
something.
shit,
What do you
Jenny.
know?
He's going to lose his
What are
shit.
you saying?
ready? I'm serious.
It's been
I'm saying
banned.
that.
VR has been
No,
banned.
no. Quite
No.
the opposite.
What are you saying?
There is a Half-Life 2 VR mod available now on Steam for
Oh, I've been
free.
playing. I've played it already. I've played
Oh,
it already.
well, never mind then. He didn't
In
lose his
Half-Life
shit, Chinny.
Alyx
I was
engine.
wrong.
No.
Okay.
Well, it's not Half-Life Alyx engine, sorry, but it's all they mapped all the controls from Half-Life Alyx and did it in VR and stuff.
All I know is I saw something about a Half-Life 2 VR thing. and
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
played
oh,
it for
look,
quite a while.
I bet
I have-
Stu cares about that. I don't.
I've talked about it on the show 3 times, you know. But
Well, I didn't
know you
realize
don't
it was the
listen,
same
so I'll
one.
let you off.
I did.
I'll let you off.
Good, you know. I'm glad you know that we don't listen.
We don't
I
like-
know. I'm glad you know. But yeah, no, I played it, but I'm having loads of issues with the internet not working very well with the virtual desktop anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's choppy as all hell, and occasionally it just freezes altogether, and then I feel like I'm about to vomit.
That's frustrating.
So, yeah, so I haven't played it, to be fair. I wanted to. I played quite a way. I got past the... Where did I get to? I'm trying to think now.
So you were playing something and something else came along and you stopped playing that other game?
No, I stopped because it's just unplayable.
Exactly like what happened.
Hey, I finished Half-Life 2 3 times or 4 times, so...
I finished it one time. What do you want, a medal?
Fuck you. 4 times, man. I would have played it.
Well, guess whether I give a fuck or not.
A lot of aggression on this show today. A lot of aggression.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You can just go fuck yourself.
Well, I give a fuck.
All right, anything else about the Resident Evil 4 remake that you hate?
Yeah, I'm not going to play it.
Okay.
Because it's too hard. Because it's too hard.
I ain't got time to die over and over again and then go back to checkpoints that are about 10 minutes ago. You can just screw that, man. It's a modern era.
If they had an easy mod, would you install it and try
again? No, if you could just save anywhere and fuck those typewriters right off, I'd probably play it.
You listening, developers?
Like Village, I played all the other ones and finished them. It's just, I've played Resident Evil 4 and finished it, so I'm really not that bothered, to be honest. All right. Because it isn't that long ago since I played it.
I played this game back in the day for about 10 minutes, and I was like, fuck this. Fuck every Resident Evil game ever made.
Yes, exactly.
So
I'm with you.
I can't give you any shit.
No, you can't.
Nope.
This game is fucking too hard.
Yep.
What's the matter with you
too hard games. Jesus.
I don't have time for this shit no more. Once upon a time, I might have been interested, but obviously not that long ago.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. Thank you for that, Stu. Appreciate it.
Yeah, very informative.
Right. Yeah, well, it's good. We appreciate that. All right, so the Steam Spring Sale was recently on, even though it's not really spring where we are, because fucking a foot of snow. I mean, goddamn. But I was looking around on my wish list, and this very subtle game that is now on the screen came up. It's called Spin Rhythm XD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Okay. There's Guitar Hero meets...
Right. Thank you, Chinny. It makes sense for someone to say, well, this is what it looks like to me. It's another thing to just go, oh, this sounds great. Like, just this negativity wave washing over everything. Anyway.
It looks quite cool,
now it looks cool, does it? Okay, well.
Well, I haven't said anything negative yet. What's the matter
What do you do? Oh, it sounds great. Whatever. I don't care.
Well, I did say it sounded great. That's a positive thing.
Anyway, here's the thing. This is a rhythm game that is very similar to Guitar Hero, except you don't have to buy any special peripheral for it. You can play it with your mouse and keyboard, or you can play it with a controller.
That's all the reviews. Shit, though, let's be honest.
You what?
It's always a bit shit with like a normal controller. I always find rhythm games just feel really weird if you play them with a controller. Just I don't know. It's just me, I guess.
Huh? Okay. Tell us more about what you think of this game that I'm trying to talk about.
Like, stop trying to get a rise out of him. Duke,
I'm not trying to get a rise out of him. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around the fact
I'm trying to ask a question about
this.
Jesus Christ. How do you play the game?
Right. Let me tell you how you play the game. All the reviews I read said the spin mechanism is awkward at first, but you'll get it. And once you do, it's awesome. Like, definitely use your mouse and keyboard. So I was like, all right, I'll try mouse and keyboard. And it is a little awkward at first. Basically, for those who aren't watching, you have this sort of like arc on the screen with yellow or pink and blue, I don't know colors, pink and blue lights on it, right? And so when a pink thing is coming at you, you have to hover the pink part over the pink dot. And then when there's a pink bar, you have to press the mouse button when you go over it. Right?
Yeah.
So it's that.
It looks like Guitar Hero, but you've got like a kind of disc with the colors at the bottom.
Exactly. So you're just moving the thing back and forth. Like it's sort of like Galaga, back in the Space Invaders, a little ship at the bottom, or Arkanoid or whatever, and then you just engulfing the bits as they come. And then there's certain moments where it's, it's spinning to the right or spinning to the left, and you have to like spin it at that moment. Okay. So you fling your mouse, pick it up, put it back down. Okay. That's pretty cool. The problem is that you're doing a lot of stuff with your mouth. with your
Wow.
mouse. That's
God.
beatboxer hero when you're doing it with your
Yeah,
mouse.
it is.
Yeah. No, you're doing it with your mouse and you're jerking your hand back and forth constantly. And your carpal tunnel is like, hey, take it easy, you know? And all the reviews are like, carpal tunnel, damage simulator, repetitive stress injury, 10 out of 10, lol.
Yeah.
So I was having some fun with it, but I'm like, my wrist can't take this. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not happening. So even though it's often suboptimal to do a rhythm game with a controller, as some of us have already pointed out, I decided to give it a try with a controller. And it's a lot more fun with the controller because it feels less, I don't know, I just felt less tense doing it with the controller. Because with the mouse, it just felt very fidgety.
But you need a stick. Some games you need a stick.
The stick really worked well in this game. And I've really had a lot of fun with it. It starts you off on easy, and then there's normal, and there's hard, and there's XD, which is, the super hard. I've gotten to hard on a lot of the tracks. I've just started defaulting to hard. And it doesn't add more colors the way Guitar Hero does when I go to hard, but what it does add more things that you do. So the main one is there's a beat that you hit with your trigger buttons. So most of it is just moving the thing back and forth and then occasionally spinning it, just holding down the thing to the right or to the left, and then, pressing the A button and then hovering over other things. That's most of what you do in easy and normal. When you get to the hard, it adds a beat every once in a while. So you're flipping between all the things that you have to do, as you get to hard mode. It's the music's really good. I really like the music.
Was this a demo that you played, or did you?
No. It was on my Steam wish list because it had come up once upon a time, and I was like looking around as the sale was coming to an end. I was like, all right, let's see what's cheap and what I'm curious to play. And this was top of the list, so I was like, all right, we'll give it a shot. And I've gotten, they give you a little score at the end of each round, A, B, C, D, F, S if you're super awesome or whatever. And I've been able to get B's and A's on most of the tracks.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
good.
Can you upload your own music to this?
No, it doesn't have that element on it. And some of the songs are a little weird because they're like, I don't know, I can't really tell if they're supposed to be dubstep or K-pop or something like that. But, they're slower and they're like melodic and stuff. And one of the things that's kind of nice is, I'm not seeing it on this. Maybe if I skip ahead a little bit, it'll show us. But there are some tracks where you have to like hold the button down and then like move it around as it holds, you know what I mean? So it's sort of like in Guitar Hero where you have to like hold a key and so there's some of those moments. And it's, when it's a vocal track, it's got a lot of the and you're just holding it down while it moves around. So that's kind of weird. It's not as much fun, but whatever. The hard techno, those are a lot of fun.
Very good.
So, yeah, Spin Rhythm XD. I'm enjoying it. Some people like it with a mouse. I'm having a good time with the keyboard. Or the controller, rather. And here's the other thing that it does very well. I didn't make a note of this, but I really should. Sometimes it starts a pattern will start on the right and then go to the left, right? So you're following the pink dots as they go to the left. The blue dots come in on the right. You don't have to switch all the way over to the right. You can just keep turning it to the left, and a blue one will eventually show up. You know what I mean? The wheel that you're using is like infinite, so it's very nice because it basically puts it right where you need it to be when you get done with. And it does that with the spinning too. If you have to spin it, and then there's like a button, a blue button.
Is that what those arrows for? You got to spin it.
Yeah, those are the moments when you have to spin it. When you come out of the spin. If you just hit the button, it'll automatically have the blue in place. You know what I mean? Which is nice because at first I was like, oh no, and I have to stop the spin and figure out where the blue is. No, it has the blue ready to go right when you hit it.
It already figured it out.
Already done.
Yeah, so it's user friendly in that sense. So
I think Stu's right though. I think these games sort of little die on their soundtrack, and that's where like Guitar Hero rock bands figured it out really quickly, and like Rock Band especially, like let's get songs that people know on these things, and
that's fine.
Licensed music,
right? And this has licensed music, but it's not any songs anybody's ever heard of. I certainly haven't. But the music's very good in general. The slow songs notwithstanding. And it's because it's my kind of music. You know what I mean? It's dubstep, it's electronic, it's techno, that kind of stuff. So it's up my alley. It's not going to be up everybody's alley, but on the other hand, there's reviews that are like, I started out favoriting the songs that I really liked. Before I knew it, I was favoriting everything. And you know what? I'm not favoriting everything. There's some stuff in here that's kind of weak. So for whatever it's worth. There's a lot of great songs, but there's not a lot. There's a few weak links in the chain. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
But it cost me like $10, and it's cost like 60 songs in it. So it's worth a giggle, and I'm having a good time with it. So, thumbs up on Spin Rhythm XD.
Spin Rhythm XD.
Spin the Rhythm XD.
Yeah. Back to you, Stu.
Yes, I've also been playing Hogwarts Legacy. A shit ton of that game.
Yeah.
Can I tell you like a thing you can do in Hogwarts Legacy that sort of breaks the game?
Ooh.
Go on.
Well, you might know this already, but apparently, if you get on your broom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is there like these trolls in the open world that follow you or something?
If
you basically they will
do these racing things on your broom.
They will follow you, even if you fly off a cliff, and then they just die.
That's funny.
So, hot tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might have patched it already. They patched it like that out, don't they? I'll stop you doing it.
Get on it now.
There's 3 trials that you have to complete to finish the game. So I'm guessing that's probably what that's referring to. I've done the first one, but that was all inside, so I'm guessing that you couldn't get on your broom. It doesn't allow you to get on your broom inside of places.
No, that just sounds dangerous.
I know, yeah. So whether they've patched that already, which is possible, I guess. But yeah, I found out quite a few things as I've been playing along. Like, one of the great things you can do, you know what happens in these games, and they give you all this mismatched, like, stuff to wear. Yeah. You know, when you get armor.
Because like this one's more powerful than this, and then this
but it just looks ridiculous because it doesn't match anything else you're wearing. What this game does, and it's great.
Start looking like Prince.
Exactly. It allows you to change it to anything you've gathered up to that point or collected. So any piece of like clothing that you've got, or a cloak, or hat, or spectacles, or whatever, or you can just have it invisible.
Nice.
So you can just wear it invisible.
Okay.
What's
you could be
also
naked,
cool, though,
you can look naked.
You could be completely naked.
What's
also cool, if you sell stuff, that you can still change it to stuff you've owned that you just no longer have. So you sold it, always lets you, because I've got these half moon spectacles which I think look rather cool. So I've had them on since nearly the beginning of the game, but they're always more powerful because whatever I'm really wearing is more powerful than the half moon spectacle.
Yeah.
But I sold them ages ago, but I'm still able to wear them, which is
I'm
cool.
glad they've started doing that. They do that in this other game I've been playing too, and it's a really nice element because
it's so good.
Yeah, you don't want, it's fun to play with min-maxing your gear, but you want to make it look cool too. So best of both worlds.
Yeah, and one of the other cool things is, I mean, like, for instance, just to give you a great example of how this works, like, I got what was like a Hannibal Lecter mask.
Ooh.
And it just looked ridiculous, with everything I was wearing.
Right.
And I told Adam, who's played and finished it, he's like, oh, you can just change the appearance. If you look, there's like a button and you can just do it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I just did it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't figure this out yourself?
No, did I, bollocks?
A young person had to tell you to do it.
Yeah, a young person who's finished it.
Stu, I tell you what, 50 is looking old on you. Because as soon as you started 50, you're like, I can't play it on normal mode. I've got to have an easy mod. I didn't know I could do like.
I'm playing this on normal, by the way. I'm playing it on normal.
Well, good for you, but anybody could. Yeah. But this isn't a Souls game, is it?
For children.
Right?
No, it isn't anywhere near as difficult. Although I have had a tough boss battle today, to be fair.
What, switching it on?
No. I completed the first trial today, and it did end with a pretty big boss battle at the end, which did take me 2 or 3 goes to do, but I knew I could do it.
Yeah,
and that's what I like about this game. I'm like, I got a bit closer every time. I'm like, I can do this. If I just get it right, I can do it.
You still recommend this game, Stu?
Definitely.
Hogwarts?
Yeah. It's full of distractions.
Your big turf?
It's honestly, I think you'd like this, Ginny. I think the pacing's great.
It does look good. I'm looking at it now. I haven't really looked at it that much, to be honest. But what I've heard is like, a good single player, open world, RPG. Like that's the type of shit I want to see more of.
It is a full-on RPG. This isn't none of your fucking Assassin's Creed type RPG or it's a full-on Witcher 3 Skyrim style.
Yeah. I mean, those are the games that I want. Do you know what I mean? Like those, and it really pleases me that this game has sold well because, like that, I want developers to and publishers more so because they're the ones holding the purse strings to go. Oh, actually, we can we can do single player games. Because this could have easily been an MMO style game. In fact,
definitely.
5 years ago, this would have been an MMO.
Yeah.
Like this would have been Destiny, but Harry Potter, and it probably would have started out like that. But at some point, someone made a smart decision and said, well, "Why don't we just make this a good game instead of some cash in?"
Cash
stuff.
cow,
Yeah, and it is a cash cow because they're making loads of cash on it.
Well, it is. Well, everything's a cash.
Right, but you could have probably made even more money if it had been an MMO.
Yeah, definitely.
Right,
but for all the right reasons, and some of the dungeons are pretty well laid out and cool. It's just cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Like I say, I'm up to 16 hours now. I've played. Yeah, and it's about 30 hours to finish the main story. So
sure.
I'm well into it. I've completed probably about 20-25 quests, I guess, of the main storyline.
Word.
So I've completed a lot of shit. So there's a lot of stuff to do. And there's always it's a little bit like Elden Ring in so much as like you fly. Now that I've got a broom, you just fly and you can see all the markers. And if you don't have to climb no tower, they're just there. It's like cave, castle, something there. And you can just go down and, drop down, explore it, fight a few enemies, get some loot. The only thing I don't really like, to expand your equipment slots, you have to complete these Merlin quests, which are kind of just dotted around the world. Yeah. And if you come across one, and each one's a different type of puzzle, so you've got to try and figure out. But I did one today, and I'm sure, because I had 20 slots before I did it, and after I did it, I still had 20 slots. So I'm like, it didn't do anything, and I was really annoyed because I'm like, I want more slots, and I didn't get any slots, and I completed it. So why didn't I get any slots?
Is that because you maxed out, or you did something wrong, or?
I don't know whether it didn't trigger. I'm not entirely sure.
That's frustrating.
Not really sure. But that's like a minor quibble, really, amongst the rest of the game, because it's, even with the pew 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 of the wand, you get all the dark sort of spells. You can do all the stuff where you kill people, and it's kind of funny. She's a mass murderer. Much like Uncharted, but she's fine with it. I kill all these poachers, I kill all these people, so they're not just monsters. They're all like Cockney. Come on, you can have me, do you?
Oh, smooth skin, you fucking slag!
I'll fucking have you. Actually, there's no swearing in the game. But yeah, she's a mass murderer and does not flinch. She does not, as Duke says, she does not give a fuck.
Give a fuck.
You just kill everyone. And then she's proper chipper. So she's like, oh, thanks for doing that. I hope you got what you needed. Like to the person you've done the quest for, and you've just killed 20 people.
Sure.
Well, yeah. And it sees it as an opportunity. It's like a duel, and you have to do special things, and you get more XP if you complete special tasks. Like I fought a troll today.
Yeah.
And if I managed to throw one of his boulders back at him, you got more XP for when you killed him, when you finally killed the troll. So it rewards you for everything you do.
Right.
It's not like Witcher, where there's lower level tasks and then they don't give you any XP anymore. They all give you something, even if it's like you could do this at level 10 and you're level 16.
Yeah.
It also scales. So I was doing this, there's this like one tournament where you have to go and fight other students and be their best.
Yeah.
And I was struggling because I didn't have enough spells and stuff, and I kept getting killed in the finals, Yeah. So I thought, I'll go away, get some more shit, and I'll come back and have another go. And when I came back, they were all the same level as me, so it does scale with you, so it doesn't become easier in that respect. But I had more stuff. So I had more spells, more defense spells, more fire spells. And you're setting your fellow students on fire.
Nice.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. He just doesn't give a shit. But it's great. It's really good. Works perfectly on the Steam Deck. It runs smooth as you like. Mostly medium settings. Stutters every now and again, but not very often.
So it doesn't run smooth then?
It runs really 90.
Most of the time, 95. It runs smooth. Okay.
95% of the time,
94,
it's fine.
94,
95, maybe 5% of the time. When it does stutter, it's probably for about 2 or 3 seconds. It's not
let's look saying this murderer 95% of the day isn't murdering.
Well, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true. But he's still
stutter
a murderer,
can be annoying, but
it's
it's a small price to pay.
It's not a game break. I mean, I could set it all on low, and have not as great visuals.
Right.
But for the sake of
it's 2023.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So for the sake of every now and again it having a little stutter, it's fine.
Right.
And it's been a godsend. That's literally what I've played all day today.
Yeah.
So I've literally played it all day.
Thank you, God, for sending that.
Thank God for the Steam.
You're welcome.
Even though I've got the worst backache and cramp ever. But
what are you doing? Averting our eyes, oh Lord. Well, don't.
I'm going to have bed sores by tomorrow, I reckon.
Well, get up and walk around. Do some exercise.
Well, I am doing.
Like
I'm walking backwards in this tiny. It's tiny, this bedroom.
Well, I'm saying though, you don't have to get bed sores.
Oh.
All right. Anything else about Pigwort Legacy?
No, get it played. It's fucking good.
So, are you in the? Are you in a spare bedroom here?
Yeah. So I'm in the little room. Most of my clothes are in here. I'll give you a little look. That's the window.
Ooh,
so there you go.
A window. I've never seen one of those.
From the window to the wall.
Cool video art on the walls and Breaking Bad and shit.
What?
Okay.
So,
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I see it now. Okay.
And then that's a door. It's literally probably I don't know.
It is a small room.
This is what we've been reduced to now. Yeah.
Probably about 15 feet from one end to the other, if that.
There's
maybe quite small.
There's a post behind me.
So I'm just, I know, yeah, exactly.
Primer poster.
You got a post.
Yeah.
Your bloody, like, to your post is probably longer than this whole room.
Probably, yes. All right, so we're ready to move on then. Yeah, okay, good.
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. Because I've been playing a little game called Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I love this game. Here, wait, I want to get further into the game so I can show you stuff.
Talk about it more.
Oh,
yeah, I think you should talk about a game that you don't like.
Whoops. That's 3. Where's like 7? Whatever. I'm just going to put this in.
Oh, here we go.
Yep. Right. So, I don't even know what this is. Some cutscene. Go away, cutscene. What are you doing? Right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, I have to do everything because someone didn't decide to not.
I know. Next week you're off the hook.
You're free.
You're free.
Well,
you're a free
to just stick to recording and hosting. Maybe not hosting the Zoom call. Yeah. You know what's crazy is why is that like that? For crying out loud. A lot of the reviews on Steam are negative for this game, and I'm like, what?
Really?
What are you talking about? People are
me.
haters.
So what's like, the main gripe?
The gripe is it's a Ubisoft cash grab. And it's like, what is wrong with y'all?
It's Breath of the Wild, but it's not Breath of the Wild.
Who cares? Yeah. So anyway, whatever. This game is amazing. I am loving it. It's so much fun. The controls are so satisfying. And I have become a boss. Like I have built my, when I started, I didn't realize how weak and feeble I was, but I was pretty weak and feeble. Now, fucking tremble in front of me, people. I didn't pay any attention to the combos that were building up until I got this thing that amplified the combos and made it weight more before it reset. So now I'm getting like 100, hit combos, and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. And it turns red when I'm attacking now, and then it turns like bright. It's like diamond colored. I'm just like fuck all y'all. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying because I'm not scared of anybody.
I don't know what we're going to call this week's show,
there
was
something, there was this thing on the starter island that I tried once, and they killed me in one hit. I'm like, okay, I'm not going there for like hours. Well, it's been hours, and I went back, and I was like, what now, bitches? I got this hammer I can just slam into the ground. It knocks everybody back. I got this attack where I'm just like, Rah! And I like spear myself into you. It's so good.
Do you know what this game needs that would make it perfect?
Nothing. It's already perfect.
No. Weapons that break. I reckon.
No.
That would make it perfect.
Now, it's not actually perfect because there was one really stupid puzzle that I encountered recently. First of all, every time you encounter a puzzle, you have to figure out what the puzzle is. And so most of the time that's okay because you start to realize, okay, there's this pressure pad, it's got a feather on it, something light goes on there. There's one that's got an anvil on it, you need something heavy on that. The problem comes when you don't have things to use on them, and occasionally that happens. So you got to go finding a rock to bring back in order to put it on the heavy thing. And you can't just toss it toward it because if you toss it toward it, sometimes it shatters. And you have a bunch of little rocks, and sometimes there aren't enough to make it for the heavy. It's like, come on. Anyway, whatever. There was one that I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. And turns out there are these doors that you trigger by solving part of the puzzle. And then, and I want to show you the outdoor fighting, because this is an indoor fighting thing that you're seeing here, but nobody cares about that. Yeah, here we go. Here's an outdoor fighting area. Climbing up stuff. So good. Anyway, so there's these doors you start going, and then it's like, I spent forever trying to go through the doors, and I did, and it's like water, and so I'm going under the doors and the water and this and that, and I'm like trying to figure out, and meanwhile, the doors don't serve any purpose because you can leap over the wall. So it's like, why are these like, what is that? So eventually I go online. I'm like, fuck, I'm spent 20 minutes on this. I'm not trying to spend my whole afternoon on it. So I go online, and it's like, oh, there's these buttons underwater beyond the doors. It's like, I don't need to send the doors because I can just jump over and get into the water. What is the point of the doors? It made no sense.
Yeah,
so stupid. So I was like,
that's annoying.
Whatever.
Annoying.
And there's a couple other things like that.
Yeah, but you weren't powered up enough. You wouldn't be able to go over the doors, surely.
Well, no, but I started out just flying around up and over and back and forth. Yeah, I could get to the buttons at any point. The buttons were never out of reach for me. So who knows? Anyway, liar challenge. Oh yeah. So there's these liar challenges, LYRE, the little harp like things, right? And you in some you find a chest and you get the stuff in the chest. Woohoo, new weapon or whatever. And then there'll be a liar and you hit activate and it'll play for a 4-note sequence. You write down the numbers or you memorize the notes if you can, whatever. Anyway, you go to the big liar and then you shoot arrows at it in the same order and it unlocks. You get some coins. You can upgrade. Hooray! I did it, and I went back to the big liar, and I'm like, bang, 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 boom, like playing the thing, and it's not doing anything. I'm like, hello, I did it again, bang, 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 bang. What's going on? Turns out there are multiple big liars. So there's these big harps. There's like 4 of them in the game. You got to go to the one that matches the one you were just at. And I was like, oh, come on, what is that? Why not
do you know, when you were saying that then, I thought you meant somebody who was lying, telling you lies.
I know.
He's a big liar.
Then there are these running challenges, which generally are very cool because you have to run, jump, leap, glide, do whatever it takes to get to the finish line as fast as possible, right? Okay, cool. And sometimes there's some interesting obstacles, so you got to do it a few times. You figure out, okay, I have to race up this wall, and then I'll be at a high position. I can just glide down to the finish line. There's one that's impossible. I'm convinced it's impossible. You can't summon your mount. You can, I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe I just suck. I didn't Google this one because I don't really care. But I guess I do care since I'm kvetching about it. But it's so frustrating. I must have done it 10 times. And there are certain moments when when you sprint, you use up energy, right? But you have these blue energy potions you can suck down. But I don't want to use them for this stupid bonus challenge because what if I need them when I'm fighting a boss or something, right? So I was sucking them down, and they don't reset if you fail and restart the challenge. I'm like, you know what? Screw that. I'm not using up all my stamina potions on this stupid challenge, which will just get me some coins to upgrade. And I've reached a point I don't need to upgrade anything. Like, the upgrades that are left, like I don't even use those powers that I could upgrade. So I'm just like, who cares? Whatever.
So are you still happy with the game? Or?
I'm very happy with the game because that's
I feel like you've definitely had your money's worth from this.
I'm at 40 hours in. It's so fun. The combat is so satisfying. And there's all these vaults everywhere I go. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I can get more stamina, but I don't really need more stamina at this point. So I don't really care about these vaults because some of them are good and some of them are crap. And I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna leave them. I'm gonna do all the stuff on the surface instead, which has been fun. Here's a minor aesthetic detail that I will note in a positive way.
Stuart, stop whining about minor aesthetic details.
Minor aesthetic details. Yeah. So there's so when you find Athena, everyone knows Athena, of course, from Greek mythology. She's a little girl, right? And she's upset because Monster Man, the main boss guy, I don't remember his name.
Monster Man.
He's turned her into this little girl, and she's upset about that. So she's been crying, and her eyes are red when she's crying. And that's a very minor thing, but it always bugs me in games when someone's crying and it's just, weak water physics, and it's just dripping right out of their eyes. The fact that her eyes were red, but you couldn't actually see tears, I'm like, that feels more realistic to me. A little girl, her eyes are red as a way of indicating that she's crying. So that was well done. Ubisoft.
That was niche.
10 out of 10.
Sounds good.
Right, red eyes when crying. There are some.
Tears.
So there are these boss vaults basically. When you get someone's essence back, you have to. A vault will usually take you about 10 minutes of jumping around and going through the lasers and stuff like that. The vault for Athena's essence, oh my God. First of all, it took a long time. So it was like an hour's worth of gameplay to get this essence of Athena to turn her back into a woman. Actually, it makes them back into gods. So when you go to the Hall of the Gods now, there's this towering person over you like, oh, I am Athena. It wasn't just time consuming. It was very frustrating because you had these boxes. So, okay, sorry. I had to get into the weeds a little bit here. I told you have to move boxes around, right? Some are light, some are heavy. Some are bronze, which can't be broken ever, which is very nice. Some are stone, which are very, very heavy, so you can't jump when you hold them. And some are like plywood. So if you toss them 2 feet, they shatter.
Right.
Very frustrating. So this game, this vault for Athena's Essence has all these tethered boxes. So you pick up a bronze box, but it's tethered to a very fragile large box. So if you go too far, if you go too close to the laser, it breaks the box. Shit. You got to start all over. It's really kind of frustrating. So, and in the meantime, you got to keep fighting monsters and all that. And it's whatever. They balance it okay, but it reaches a point when it's just like, can we just get past this, please? I just want to get the essence and move on.
Yeah, I'd enough now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, some vaults are inaccessible because they're part of a quest chain, which is annoying, but whatever. It's a minor thing. One of the most satisfying things is I unlocked a power where I can turn myself invisible. And it depletes your stamina while you're invisible, so you can't just be invisible forever. But it allows you to sneak up on people. And so I'll come upon a group of monsters, figure out who's the biggest, baddest one, sneak up to him, do a sneak attack. He's like half health. I'm like, yeah, what now? And then I hit him with the big hammer. Now he's like a quarter health. We haven't even started the fight yet. I've already taken you down most of the way, biatch. Yeah. What now?
Yeah, I think Ubisoft just are really good at making you feel powerful. Because this reminds me when you're talking of Shadow of Mordor, the first one, like
absolutely.
They all like you get overwhelmed with orcs and stuff in the start of the game, and then later on they're running away from you. You know?
Totally.
And you're an absolute badass. So it seems like a note on their whiteboard. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sorry,
like,
Stuart, are you okay? You sound very uncomfortable.
No, I'm just getting more comfy.
Okay, it sounds like you were taking a dump or something.
I was at the same time as getting more comfy.
Maybe
it was
you can
nice.
mute your camera when you have to move your bowels.
I feel warm. I feel nice and warm now.
Great. Sorry, Jimmy, you were saying about Ubisoft, what they do well.
But yeah, I think they just have a note on their whiteboard saying like, make the person feel great.
Totally.
Like
and good little humor moments too. Like when you open a chest, there's different animations that play. And so sometimes it's just a standard like, "Pah!" and the thing opens up. Sometimes the person will do a little like banging on it and then pop it open. Sometimes you like bang on it with your hand, but it doesn't do anything. So you're just like, ow, my hand. So it's just humorous little things like that. Once in a while they show up.
There's thought in there.
Exactly. Speaking of thought, I started to realize one of the things I do in this game, and I think it connects to a lot of games. I don't know if there's things that you do like this. It's the little unconscious things we do when we're playing. When I am climbing up a cliff in this game, I don't really mean to. And as soon as I catch myself doing it, I feel ridiculous. I'm looking up, like in the game. Like as I'm looking at the screen, I'm like craning my head to try to see up. Like how ridiculous is that? It doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, it is.
It's the association with the character,
Yeah, that's what kids do when they first start playing games. They look around and
totally.
Like Mario Kart, they steer with the car.
Well, it's a known fact that when you play Rocket League, you need to lean the direction you're aiming, and when you hit the ball in to try to hit a goal, you got to like push yourself and the controller forward because then the ball.
Yeah, it makes a
better.
difference, man.
It does. It makes
when you double
difference.
jump, you have to double jump in real life. Like you have to.
Yeah, you do.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, a couple more things. There's one vault where they introduced a new feature. They had these boxes where if you hit them, they float, and then you can move them all over the place. And then you hit them again, they'll drop to the ground. And that just made everything more interesting because it meant that you thought you only had 2 boxes. How am I going to light up all these things? Well, you drop them to the ground so they hit the pressure plate, and that opens up this other box. Now I have 3, and I can pull that one toward me, and it's floating, and then I can hit this one with an arrow. It starts floating, and then use them to kind of leapfrog over each other. It was just a very clever element that made the vault a lot less stressful. So I really appreciated that. And then, okay, so there really aren't any invisible walls in this game, which I really like. But there are some areas you can't go to. So, for instance, there's this one, I don't know if it's a vault or a chest or something, but it's at the top of this very tall pillar, right? And I went to the highest point on the map so far, and I tried to glide to it. Nope, you can't get to the top of it. You have to climb up it. But it's surrounded by this red mist that the second you enter it, it starts just draining your stamina. So you get 2 feet off the ground, and then you're just right back on the ground again. You can't climb up it. Right. And the question is like, okay, obviously, presumably at some point I'll have a quest line that depletes the red mist, but I don't know how I feel about that. Like, part of me is just like, don't even put it there. You know what I mean? Because I spent a good bit of time trying to figure out how to get to it before I realized, I just can't. So, I don't know.
So it seems like a minor squibble, though.
It's a very minor quibble, but it's like, I don't know. I guess the question is, how do you deal with that if you're a game developer? And I guess there's no really
They do want to go everywhere.
I do want to go everywhere. Because here's the thing. There are some like vaults or chests or whatever that I thought I can't access, and then turns out later on I just wasn't pushing the right things, or I didn't write the light, brazier or whatever it is. But so it's not clear what I'm meant to not get to and what I just can't get to yet.
Yeah, that's frustrating. That's frustrating because you never know. Like, if you
right, I want there to be some indication that like you can't access this right now, versus you just haven't figured out how to access this.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
So, whatever, minor quibble. Like, seriously, 10 out of 10. If I this came out 2 years ago, but if I had played this in the year it came out, it would easily have been my game of the year. Just so much fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
Mwah, chef's kiss.
And that's why you try new games, because you
Immortals
never
Phoenix
know.
Rising.
You never know. You never know. I've just got one more game to talk about this week because
and this is the Play My Game, bitch.
Ni no Kuni 2 came out.
Well, you're the only one who played it, so there's really no point in playing the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't play my game, bitch. Stu played the game and no one else did.
Yeah, I would have played it, except we had a nightmare scenario on our driveway, so I couldn't play it. Ni no
Kuni 2 came out on Game Pass, and I was I quite like the first one. Studio Ghibli and all that kind of stuff, and cool animations. So I played quite a bit, to be honest. I played probably the first hour or so.
That sounded like a resigned.
Well, it was, because I kind of liked the opening hour, and then I got to the overworld eventually after about an hour and a bit, and I just couldn't get along with it at all. It suddenly becomes like this classic JRPG. Every 3 seconds you're fighting someone.
Yeah.
Whereas in the first bit, it was kind of in this like third-person view, which kind of works. And it looks a lot like what you can see on screen now. So it's kind of third person. The animations look great. Obviously the artwork look really cool.
So when you're in the overworld in the new one, you're not in third person?
No. So basically, if you fast forward through this gameplay demo, you'll come to it. So it goes from this kind of really cool looking anime art style,
right,
to this really freaking weird tiny people thing. So this looks cool, doesn't it? It's like real-time combat. I guess that's not it. There's combos, there's magic attacks, there's all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, and you still do all that, but it's just you need to fast forward for it's just to get your head around it.
Fast forward for the audio listeners, Duke. Fast forward for the audio.
You might have to do part 2.
Well, I'm on part 2 now.
Yeah, so like I say, I played it for quite a while. Yeah, keep on going. Eventually you'll come to this bit where it's the overworld, and it was just fucking weird. It's just proper weird.
That's frustrating.
So yeah, next one.
The audio listeners really appreciate this.
I know, right? Keep talking.
I'm trying to explain it.
Yeah.
And the overworld, it's like little Diddy versions of the ones that you've played with for the last hour and a bit.
Yeah.
And they just move really weird, and there's fucking there you go. And there's just
there you go. There's the thing you can't see.
There's enemies everywhere, and you're fighting enemies like every 3 seconds. Then you get your party, and you can control what they're doing. And that Diddy people, they can suck ass. I tell you, I'm just done. I'm like, no.
I mean,
no.
You're right. This does look like kind of a standard JRPG overworld. It doesn't strike me as that weird or different, but
isn't this a trope of these things? Like Final Fantasy VII doesn't drastically change.
Yeah.
But why give you an hour and a bit of this completely different style of game?
Because some people like the variety, and it's on. It's even on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Diddy people overview. I don't know. I just didn't like it.
Oh, it is the Diddy people.
I just didn't like it at all. So,
note to developers: Stu hates the Diddy
and
people
like,
overworld.
Nah, I'm done. I'm just totally done.
All right.
So I'm never playing this game again.
Because what the hell? It suddenly just cut to this guy. Nobody wants to see you, dude. Put the game back on.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that frustration. I'm not that bothered with it myself. My problem with the original was that it felt Pokemon style in that you had these monsters who fought for you, and I wanted to do the fighting myself. My character was cool. Why couldn't he grab a sword and take care of monsters?
Which you do in this game. I mean, it is all third-person fighting. It's all real-time combat.
Sounds like it might be better for me, the second one.
And you can command your other party members to do his shit as well.
Yeah. But it is definitely, yeah. I mean, sorry, it does use that trope of like wandering around and then suddenly here's a battle. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you've got to fight. Yeah. Like all the time. It's constant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not for me.
So it's too much like a JRPG for Stu.
Yeah, I don't mind the JRPG, but not like
this is a standard thing in them, so you do.
Yeah. So won't be playing this again. I know people loved it, but whatever.
Okay, hey, you're allowed to have your own opinion.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. So no other games then, because I ain't got nothing else.
No.
Okay.
Can we do Discord questions for the show? Because we forgot to do them.
Absolutely. Yeah, go for it. I mean, I even got a theme song for that.
Discord.
Yeah, we have.
Discord. Discord.
I never said it was a good.
I mean, it's pretty good. I like that. I like the jingle.
Not my best work,
but... there's only really one, but and Stu already answered it. But if you missed, Big Bad Burmo said, "I've missed a lot of the recent shows. Can you summarise your gaming experience in 2023 with a haiku?" Stu has replied to this.
Oh,
you remember your haiku, Stu?
Yeah, I don't.
For those who don't know, a haiku is a 3-line poem, 575 syllables.
Your haiku was, "You have not listened. Good job. Shows are on Podbean. Get your ears open."
It wasn't actually 575.
Wasn't actually, but it didn't fit the brief. So that's
it kind
no.
of did. It's like fucking listen to the shows.
No.
Well, no, he asked you what he missed, though, right?
What's your gaming experience?
What's your gaming experience, right? Which that you did not answer that at all. But that's okay. You did give us.
Stu's point is we spend like hours and hours every week talking about it. Why don't you just listen? Do you know what I mean?
We don't have a special responsibility to help you catch up if you don't bother putting in the work on the thing we do.
Well, you can't do that in a haiku, but go for it, dude. Let's see.
Sure, absolutely. Do one about Phoenix Rising right now. You ready? Okay, here we go. Awesome combat. Yes! I am a total badass. This game is awesome. There you go. 575.
There you go. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I haven't got one, but my first one would be I need internet.
Yeah,
you do. Hopefully it will be here.
Oh, come soon.
Can't see Channy's face. There's your final
there you go.
Because the light behind you. That doesn't have anything to do with the internet. You could find a lamp and put it next to you, but
Yeah, but I can't because everything's in boxes, dude.
All right, well, next time you find a lamp, no delaying, run to
I'm hoping by next week this will be you'll be like, "Oh my god, is that the same room? That is incredible."
The same room, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Well, at least I'll have a lamp. That will be fantastic.
Yeah,
at the very least.
At the moment, I just look like Shadow Man.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Sexy Shadow Man.
I just look like a silhouette.
All right, anything else on Discord?
Symbol.
No, nothing else on Discord.
Okay,
but please leave
Discord your.
There's a section on the Discord that says questions for the show. Leave some questions for the show. We do have My Tainted Brain left like a thing on Chat GPT, and he basically posted, "Can you give me topics to discuss on a gaming podcast?" And I feel like every topic is something that we've talked about.
Well, yeah.
Because we've been talking for
even the robots can't give us something new.
So what I was about to do was, I might ask Chat GPT to just write the whole script
yeah, and we can just
for the show,
or put it into text to speech,
and then put it into text to speech.
Yeah, we don't have to even show the fuck
and then
up.
we don't have to be here anymore.
You know, it's crazy.
Right.
I appreciate that, Tainted Brain. You know I love you, dude. To be honest, like outside of that, I'm getting a little sick of this Chat GPT shit because it feels like every Reddit now, like every time I log in, at least one of the posts I'm seeing is, I asked Chat GPT, or I asked the AI art thing, what would it be like if this were that? Make me a John Mulaney joke, robot. And it comes up with some half-hearted bullshit, and it's got 500 upvotes. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Oh, this robot kind of knows how to sound like John Mulaney. No, stop rewarding it. Stop posting this shit. Anyway.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm probably also salty because every time I read something a student has written now, I start to wonder, like, is this actually from a robot, though?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
wow,
ridiculous.
that's the problem, man.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, easy way out.
I mean, you know.
If you don't want to get better at writing, sure. But in 5 years, it's probably going to come back to hurt you.
What I say about like all this AI stuff, creating everything, is it can create, but it can't innovate.
Right.
So for example, like if you asked like an AI to create art, it would have to reference what had happened before. So if you could create art like Van Gogh or Van Gogh, if you want to say it correctly, or you could create a Banksy or whatever, right? But it can't be the next Banksy. Do you know what I mean? It can't be the next, Michelangelo, whatever.
No, you can't do something unique because it has to draw on inspiration from other stuff that's already happened.
Yeah, I just don't. Say again.
It's the Chinese room. There's this philosophical. Okay, here's the philosophical puzzle of the Chinese room. All right, Stu is in a room with a big book, and it says, when you see this symbol, you write that symbol, okay? Chinny speaks Chinese. He writes on the page in Chinese, hi, who am I talking to? Stu flips through the book, and he has these symbols that he's responding to. He writes these other symbols. Chinny gets a piece of paper that says, hi, my name is Stuart. Nice to meet you. And the question is Stu actually writing in Chinese? Does he know Chinese?
Right. Yes.
The answer is, well,
not
really. He's just using this book to give the appearance of understanding Chinese.
Yeah.
And that's what these chatbots are doing. That's what AI is doing.
I don't understand Chinese at all. Can I
right.
Yeah. So that's Stu's takeaway from that little thing. I don't speak Chinese, which I think most of the listeners was wondering about, actually.
Right.
Can I speak Chinese?
It's like Matrix. I don't even like pills. I don't red, blue. I don't care. I'm not taking any pills because pills are
gross. Don't even know fucking pills.
I don't know if we've got any emails, but could we remind people what the email address is?
We have a new email address, people. Don't send it to the old one.
Yeah, we do.
Go on, Ginny, what is it? I've sort of forgot. Is it VG Podcast UK?
It is.
gmail.com.
Easy to remember.
Easy to remember. VG, that's Veteran Gamers Podcast. And the UK, that's where 2/3 of the podcast is. So fuck you, Duke, at gmail.com. So I guess we should we go to emails? I know we usually news.
No, I've got some news. I have got some news.
Yeah, but we could now we're talking about emails. We might as well do the emails and go to the news.
I've got the bloody news up ready now. I haven't got the emails up.
Well, I didn't know you had the news ready. We're in the fucking news.
Oh man, you gave up. I was gonna make you fight about it some more, but before I came up with my third vote.
Putting news first.
So the biggest news this week is I went to Blackpool Hospital for an ICD assessment.
I thought we were talking about gaming news.
I don't remember reading this on IGN.
It's big news.
It's on Polygon.
So I went to Blackpool Hospital, right? Then we were going to decide whether we were going to put one of these inserted defibrillators into me to keep me going if like my heart suddenly decides to stop, right? Did an ECG, which came back completely normal.
Right.
Asked me loads and loads of questions. And then the upshot was he went, well, it's possible your heart's recovered to some extent, if not quite a lot.
Really? Wow.
Yes. Right? No, he said, I don't want to count my chickens. I don't want to get your hopes up.
Huh.
But you're definitely not going to die.
Well, at the moment,
well,
that's
very good news, though.
I told you it's big news.
Yeah.
The way you are and the way you're being and the fact you've got no symptoms whatsoever, even with the medication.
As long as you don't get COVID, you're fine. Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
So I am a little bit worried about that, but I feel fine so far. So I'm fingers crossed it doesn't get any worse.
That's great.
So anyway, so he said, so what he's done, what he's actually done is he's booked me in for another echocardiogram to remeasure my ejection fraction.
Right.
Which will give him a better idea. Another CT angiography and another MRI scan in the summer.
Ooh, you get to have a fun time.
Yeah, exactly. Another 40 minutes in a tube. He said once we've got all that stuff back, he said obviously we can then look at all the data and we can tell you where we're at, and hopefully it's good news. So there you go. So I'm not. It might not be. You know, it might just be the same as it was.
Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
I feel great most of the time. Vibes, you know, I don't have any issues. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I should be fine. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So there you go. Some big news. Anyway.
Yeah, you're feeling better.
Human body is remarkable.
News.
Yeah, gaming news. I'm an anomaly, maybe. Anyway, gaming news. Here we go.
Yeah.
Dating sim that helps you file your taxes has been delisted from Steam for obvious reasons, right?
What?
So I was like, why? What does that even mean? So apparently there's a game called, or was a game called Tax Heaven 3000.
Sorry, I'm just curious. Is it Tax Heaven or Tax Haven?
No, Tax Heaven. Tax Heaven 3000.
Okay. All right. My bad.
Because it's dating, of course, so it's heaven. So dating sim. A visual novel. And if you're from the US, it would help you file your taxes. That's what the game did. And it's been removed from Steam. I don't know why that's an issue in America. If there's something that actually helps you do your taxes.
Well, because it might be fucking your taxes over. Like, it's not approved by the goddamn Internal Revenue Service.
And also, you put in all your personal info in, I guess.
Right. Well. And I don't understand what the impetus is. Who's the target here? Wait, don't tell me. I think I can guess. Incels. Lonely ass, boring guys who are like, I get to talk to a pretty girl.
Well, this is the problem because it says it helps you actually prepare your 2022 federal income tax return.
Yeah.
And it has all the qualities of a stereotypical dating sim, like going on dates, sharing your social security number, your address,
all the typical dating things, you know, as you do when you go on your second date. So, any siblings? By the way, what's your social security number?
Security number. So basically, these
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Stuart, but I just gotta say this.
All right.
If you're giving a goddamn video game your social security number, what the fuck? How lonely can you possibly be?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So anyway, it's been removed because that could be potentially a massive breach of people's security.
Good. It never should have been approved in the first place. What the fuck?
Okay. I don't know.
It's like the furry Hitler game.
Knows?
Jesus Christ. Have some self-respect.
Yeah, but it's not a person vetting these games. It's an AI.
Well, you know what? Maybe we need some people actually making sure furry Hitler isn't being sold to the kids.
They flagged it up eventually, I guess. Probably
at some point. 700 lonely people gave out their social security number to this random video game company.
Well, I've got no money now, but she said she'd call back.
I'm just going to wait by the phone. Wait, it's a cell phone.
Diablo 4 beta players. Diablo 4 beta players report GPU issues. And Blizzard is investigating. Blizzard investigating reports from some players that Diablo 4 beta is causing issues with their GPUs.
Sorry, Stuart, are you looking at this on the same phone you're using for the show? Because your hand every once in a while goes right in front of it.
I know, it's because I'm scrolling.
Okay.
For the audio listeners, we have a view what would be equal to Stuart's penis.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry. Yes, GPU load on Diablo 4. Go ahead.
Thanks.
All right, now we don't actually need to put yours away.
I was putting my finger up to make it look like my penis, but it didn't quite work. Anyway.
All right, Michael Scott. Literally Michael Scott.
Blizzard is investigating reports from some players that Diablo 4 beta is causing GPU issues. The reports revolve around GPUs apparently overheating whilst running the action RPG in its early access on PC and people's computers shutting down. So
you know what's funny? Sorry, I mentioned that the reviews of Immortals Phoenix Rising are overwhelmingly negative. A lot of them have to do with like constant crashes. I haven't had a single crash yet. My computer's 3 years old, 4 years old. Maybe
they patched it though. Maybe they patched it.
Yeah, but they're pretty recent, these negative reviews. I'm very surprised. I'm just like, whatever. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Stu. Diablo 4.
Apparently, one guy said on a comment on Eurogamer, my GPU was so hot. It's like a joke, isn't it? Like a pun.
How hot was it?
My wing
It was
there.
so hot.
How hot was it?
My cock.
That I burnt my fingers when touching the HDMI connector.
What?
That's how hot it was.
That sounds like a problem with your cooling system, dude.
Luckily, it was not permanently damaged. I thought that it was an isolated instance. But I found some articles saying that more people have experienced it actually, and they were not as lucky as I was.
I want to know.
Because theirs melted.
How many players need to report this before some desperate gaming site who's on a not 24-hour news cycle, like every 20 minutes you got to have something posted. They're like, oh, it's a story now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be dismissive. These people may be having frustrations with the game, but I also know that something shows up on Reddit, it gets 20 upvotes, and suddenly it's viral, and like, players from around the world are complaining.
This is on Eurogamer. To be fair.
So?
No, I'm just saying, to be fair, Blizzard are investigating it and they're taking it seriously and they're trying to look at these people's configurations to try and work out what settings are causing this to happen, and obviously they're going to try and patch it out when the game.
As somebody who teaches writing, I can tell you, you say some players are having this problem. That anything more than 2 equals some players.
Yeah,
it's a very vague way of describing it. If you said, they said, I'm looking at the GameSpot article and it's like one player, blah blah blah, more players took to the forum, like it's all very vague. Like if they said 500 posts have been shared from different users, okay, that's a number. This is all some and a few and I just wish journalists would step it up a little bit.
Well, they can't if you want clickbait, man. You've got to, click.
Maybe
do you know what I hate
capitalism
at the
and
moment
actual information.
Is these articles that you scroll past all these adverts, right? And then it says continue reading button.
Oh, yeah. Well, they want to know if you're actually reading it
to the top,
or you just went to the thing.
you have to scroll through all the adverts yet again.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Fucking hate it. Anyway,
these computers, am I right? Websites, BuzzFeed,
websites. Fucking
what's up with TikTok?
Yeah, man. Anyway, it's time for some emails. Fuck the news because there isn't really any. That's it.
All right, here comes the email.
Whoa, that ruled.
Electronic mail. I don't know why. I just had this vision of when I was a kid and there was this computer store kind of near my house. And I went in. I'm like 14. I couldn't have been older than 14, right? This lady's trying to sell me some like email, like not even email because it was too early for email. But it was like digital voice mailbox for my computer. And I was like, I'm 14. She's like, yeah, but you might be getting messages soon. I'm like, I'm 14. Who the hell's giving me messages that aren't folded up on notebook paper at school? Like, you stupid lady.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we now have actual messages from people. She was right. It just took a while.
This evening is from Red Van Man, and he says, getting rid of old stuff. I don't say dick, you dick.
What?
Because I read his email out the other week and just kept putting random you dick.
So right. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Right, but now we're not getting dick. Go ahead, you dick.
It's saying he doesn't say you dick, you dick.
Right, dick.
Yeah, dick, you dick. Anyway,
dick.
Hello, veterans.
Hello.
Hello.
We have been clearing out a lot of old stuff out of the Burns rooms and some of my own crap.
Excellent.
That's another word for kids, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know.
Excellent.
So out of the Burns rooms and my own crap. So we've been trying the smelly shop, Stu's favourite place. You know, I've not been for ages.
Okay.
Not been for ages. The staff are all young uns, and some of the stuff I took is older than the people serving me.
Yeah, these kids. What's up with TikTok?
Being 57, I think I've experienced most of the arcade games, consoles, devices that never took off. And the early PC-like systems, Atari ST, Commodore Amiga, which then migrated to the PC to feed my flight sim obsession.
Okay.
Then PS1 to 4, 5, maybe next year for my family games, and late night football NHL, F1 and Snooker 19, I did play Chinny and managed 3 shots as he whooped me and commented on how bad I was at Snooker 19.
Yeah.
We played one Sunday night live for everyone to hear. Chinny, that is a dick move, can I just say?
That does sound like something I would do. That.
It's a bit of a dick move, that.
Yeah.
Which he ends with twat. So he doesn't say you dick.
Wow, now right. Dick to twat.
He's saying you're a twat, Chinny.
Well, he's not wrong.
I kind of agree.
He's not wrong.
Anyway, my question.
Oh, he has a question.
Why
is Chinny such a twat?
Why is Chinny such a twat, you dick? No. Do you find it hard to get rid of old stuff? Are you a hoarder in essence? So do you hoard shit?
No, I'm not. I keep the things I tend to need every once in a while. I did very recently clean out this drawer. You can't see it, but there's this drawer here that had all my office stuff. And I realized I didn't really use the office stuff very much, but I do have snacks in here for when I'm gaming and whatnot. And so I realized that there's no reason for me to keep the office stuff here. If I need an envelope, I can go over to the closet and get out an envelope. So I did that switcheroo recently. But that closet is where I just throw stuff, but it's not really packed. It's just got, bowling ball. I haven't been bowling in like 10 years. But the stuff that I might need someday, it's back there.
Yeah, I must admit I am a total hoarder.
Yeah.
Really?
I have so much shit in the attic. I keep original boxes for every single thing I buy, and Kay's like, why are you keeping them? Like, in case they ever sell it. Because I always think it's nice to give people the original box with stuff.
Yeah, it's like on The Simpsons. Thank you, Yarn, once again.
Look, here's the box for my pitch bag.
My pitch bag. If I still had it, I could put it in here.
Yeah, so I do keep.
It's funny you say that. Actually, the closet does have some boxes for like these batteries that I bought for my Xbox controller. I still had the box for that, but that's because
that I wouldn't keep.
Well, that I do keep, but here's the reason: if I need to return them, I want to have the original packaging to send them back.
Well, that's what I say to Kay as well. I say if it breaks in the first couple of months,
right? But that's the thing. After the first couple of months, I really ought to pitch it. Like I should have a bag that's throw away in such and such a month, and then I'll just know to toss it because I haven't opened it. That's what they say you ought to do with stuff is put it in a box and write, May 2024, and then if you don't open it in a year, you must not need it. Fucking chuck it.
Yeah,
chuck it away. Chuck it away.
Yeah.
What about you, Chinny? Are you a hoarder or do you just get rid of shit?
Your mic is rubbing against your top and it's very annoying. But
oh, sorry. It's hello.
I'm pretty good at throwing things away, like things like clothes. Every 6 months I'll just rinse all my clothes. I get rid of quite a lot of stuff. So no, I don't hoard, but I do keep I've still got my original Nintendo 64. I've still got my original Super Nintendo. So I don't get rid of everything. I'll keep things that I think one day I'll use. And to be fair, I have in the last 5 to 10 years, I have played those things, the Nintendo 64 and the Super Nintendo. And now that I have a room that can actually house those things, and I can put them on display and whatever.
Yeah.
So.
I took off my sweatshirt because I want to show the viewers at least. Sorry, listeners. I keep old shirts. This is a shirt I used to wear to school because it's a button-down shirt. And by the way, shirts without a chest pocket, I don't know how people deal with phones because if I put my phone in my chest pocket, I can't function if I don't have one at this point. So I'm all the time wearing button-down shirts, even when I'm at home, because I got to have that chest pocket to put the phone in. Anyway.
You always put your phone in your chest pocket?
Always. Yeah, if I have a couple of shirts that don't have chest pockets, and in those instances, one of them I always wear with the suit, so the suit coat has a chest pocket. I can put the phone in there. But the other one, it's a black shirt, no chest pocket. I have to have it in my pants pocket. All day long, I'm feeling nuts because it pushes on my wallet. And it's the pocket's too crowded.
Yeah.
Too much shit in your pocket.
That's crazy. Man,
but
I don't know how you put
here's
it on
the
your
thing.
chest pocket.
I don't wear this shirt to school anymore because it's always the left elbow. It wears out. This hole. One day every year.
He has a hole in his shirt on his left elbow.
On my left elbow. One day every year, someone comes up to me and they go, hey, you got a hole in your elbow? I was like, not this shirt too, God
Why is
damn
that?
it.
Do you lean on the desk?
I have no idea. It must be. When I'm typing or something, I must lean. It's so, and I try to be conscious of it. If I'm doing it, I can't tell.
You know what? I've never worn down an elbow on any of
No,
them.
I seriously, it's like 6 months. I go through shirts that quickly. It's nuts. I can already see the ones I bought at the start of the school year. I'm like,
is this why teachers have padded elbows?
I guess. I don't know, because I don't know any other teachers who deal with this.
That's why you have elbow patches on teachers' clothes.
Yeah.
But they're not usually on the shirts. They're on like
jackets.
They're
on the blazer.
Right.
But they never used to take the blazers off back in the day, did they?
And it's not. I don't think it's for that reason. I think it just looks nice or whatever. But it could be. I don't know. I just think I'm weird. Because why not the right one? The right one's always solid. It's tough. It looks great.
Man. Solid.
Left.
There is more to this email, so we'll carry on.
All right,
let's carry on with the email.
Yeah.
Let's carry on
No,
with
don't
the
you want to hear
email.
more about my clothing?
As with me, it holds so many good memories with friends I no longer see. Sensible soccer days, and with the Burns in their 20s now, we don't really play anything together now. I purchased a Switch hoping for more family gaming, but I do a lot more by myself, and a lot of the old games I grew up with are being recharged, so I'm pleased I got it.
Yeah.
The first couple of times at the smelly shop, I got a bit upset at getting rid, but 3 more trips later has been like therapy.
Nice.
Keeping the good memories, but hoping the stuff the smelly shop sells will bring some good memories for the young uns. Your show has opened up a whole world of other games that I wouldn't have ever even looked at. So keep it ganning. And try reading this with a Geordie accent. You know, I knew he was Geordie. I could just tell with some of the stuff he was saying.
Yeah.
Geordie accent and not some strange Lancashire sound. Didn't say dick, yes twat. That's more me. There you go. Cheers, lads, Dave. There you go. I did
Hey, what?
Thanks, Dave.
Aggressive
Dave.
Geordie at the end.
Yeah,
so there you go.
How about that?
So thank you, Red Van Man.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
That's
next
the
one.
thing, though. Hang on a second. About the stuff that you keep. Look, if it brings you joy, Marie Kondo said, like, that's what matters. So if it's still bringing you joy, like, it's not hoarding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep it.
She said, when she had kids, she's like, fuck this tidying up shit. Like, being a mother's too stressful. I don't have time
get
for
rid of that shit.
No, she said, I got to
Ian-
keep it.
Gotta keep it. Ian Williams has sent in the next email this evening, and he
What
says,
up, Ian Williams?
Afternoon, chaps.
Good afternoon.
Hope you're all keeping well, and the new email is working.
Except
it
for
is
my
working,
driveway,
I can assure you. You got it through. It's done.
VGUKpodcast@gmail.com.
Indeed, you do.
No, I
Been
said it
going
wrong.
through a bit of gaming lull for a while now, probably since COVID. I get to play occasionally, but not for long periods of time due to family commitments and such like.
Yeah.
What I have played feels as though there is either a rogue-like element to it or some form of loot box from the mobile side of things.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just feel like a game that you can blast through without being harassed for microtransactions or a ridiculous difficulty. I thought about picking up the new version of Resident Evil 4. Are there any games? Yeah, don't pick that up if you don't want it to be difficult.
Well,
yeah, that's a bad idea. Are there any games in the old-fashioned sense that I played recently that were just enjoyable through to play and finish without having to dedicate your entire life to?
Yeah.
Also,
so there's a game called Immortals: Phoenix Rising that you may have heard about.
I knew you were going to say
awesome.
Yeah, it is. And I would say,
you do have to, I mean, it's taken 40 hours and I'm not even done. So it's, to be fair, it's, you do have to dedicate quite a bit of time to it.
Hogwarts Legacy, because it takes 30 hours to finish unless you do all the side shit.
Yeah.
So you can be done and dusted in 30 hours, and it's a lot of fun, and it's not too difficult, and it's just great going pew 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 with your wand.
Yeah, who doesn't want to be?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Also, would you sorry.
Yes. Sentences.
Just a minute. Also,
would you dare?
Would you dare kindly afford to have been?
Are there any multiplayer games that tickle the old fancy, ignoring Rocket League?
Rocket League! Oh man.
Do any multiplayer games that we might advise? Yeah, I just don't play multiplayer games, so I'm not the person.
Call of Duty is a new game that's pretty fun.
Ah, yeah. So I've heard.
Well, I think our friends at the SEAL team would recommend The Hunt.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, exactly. They don't play it anymore.
Well, they do. I saw them online this week, and I was like, well, I should Rocket League. That problem is mine at this point. They are playing it. Anyway, they're also playing The Forest. If you still have that, maybe you could get a game
play
with
The
them
Forest.
on that.
Look forward to 700, Ian. So there you go.
It's coming. 10 more episodes. Eesh.
Okay, final email this evening is from Tainted Brain, and he says this. Emails. Hey all. Got 2 non-gaming questions for you all. I'm busy here in Japan, failing to learn Japanese, but I keep on trying. I know Juki's learning Spanish, so do any of you speak any other languages? So I know Chini does.
Well, not really.
Well, it is. It is a different language. It's a type. It's another language, isn't it?
What do you speak?
Sign language.
Oh yeah, that is totally a language.
Signing. Yeah, it is another language.
Is that ASL or is there a different sign language over there from what we
BSL.
Really?
BSL.
Is that very different or is it mostly the same?
Yeah, it is very different. Yeah.
Okay. How do you know?
Fuck your ASL.
Yeah.
With all your letters are all on one hand in America, so you sort of do so you can't see me because they're like A, B, C, E, I. I don't know the rest, but BSL's like A, B, C, D, F, G. So it's all this.
Okay.
Did you see how fast he did that then? Did you see that? That was impressive.
It's only the alphabet, like a baby can do that.
Pour répondre à votre question, je peux parler peu de français aussi. Alors, ça c'est le
How do you say I don't give a fuck in sign language? How would that be?
He's just holding up a middle finger. There you go. I
Is
thought
that
y'all
it?
did that. The V's. Don't you do the V's?
Yeah, the V's.
I suppose it's like I don't give something like that.
And then you jerk off. Yeah.
I don't give a. Anyway.
So I think I'm pretty sure like the fuck is like putting your fist like down like firmly, basically in sign language.
There you go. I don't speak any other languages. I know Duke speaks lots of languages because Duke.
Northern is a language, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was to doing, lad.
Yeah.
I was to fettling.
Yeah.
You know, fur to middling.
There are these two women. There are these two women doing BSL to CeeLo Green's "Fuck You." So I could.
Yeah.
I don't want to steal their content, but I could put that on there.
Is it a fist?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't put it on.
I'm not doing it. I'm just looking at it, and it's just I can't tell which part of the song they're on. So. Anyway, moving on.
I've been in Japan for 6 months or so, and I've got to start looking for work.
Wait a minute, he didn't have a job when he went over there? He just decided to wander over to Japan? That's crazy.
Why not?
I mean, I appreciate the get up and go. It just I can't imagine doing that myself. So
you gotta go for it,
that's
man.
very cool.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey.
He said he got burned out back in the UK, needed a break.
Okay.
So the first time in 25 years, I've got to make a CV and apply for a job.
Okay.
Gross.
I mean, I hope the change of atmosphere is doing him good. I think Japan would be awesome. I would love to go to Japan.
I was a pharmacist back in the UK and can't do that here. Trying to read a prescription in Japanese and doctor's handwriting maybe a tad too much. So any tips or recommendations on CVs, cover letters, and job hunting in general? Do you think I should maybe have anime characters on my resume?
No.
Just to show I can blend in with everyone.
No.
I heard that the first 2 rounds of resume and CV reading is all done by bots now.
Yeah,
it's all. I just that blows my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? You're just trying to impress a robot at this point. Like, oh God.
Well, when Millie was applying for checkout jobs at the local supermarkets, every single one had like one of these psychometric tests. Every one of them to sit on a checkout. Right. Psychometric testing. And that's how they got rid of the first round of people. Even looking
because it's to filter out. It's to filter out the maniacs.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing that bugs me, and I saw this on a Reddit post recently, and I think it is annoying. They'll ask for CV, and then they'll have this application that requires the exact same info, like your work history and shit. I just put it on the CV. Look at that.
Yeah, they don't want that shit.
Why? What's the problem? Well, then don't ask me for the CV then. Fuckers.
I really don't know what to advise because I don't know what Japanese employers are looking for.
Proofread. Indicate that you're devoted to the company. Like, that's apparently a big thing in Japan. They take it seriously. In the United States, they say, I don't know how it is in the UK, but in the United States, every company is like, we're a family, blah, blah, blah. As soon as there's a little bit of downturn for the company, everyone's fired. In Japan, y'all are a ship that goes up together or down together, so.
Yeah, you do.
They do want
well,
that.
my advice would be research the company. Yeah, like make sure you know, you know, when it was founded, what they do.
You don't want to go in and be like, "What do you do here? What the fuck is this place?"
I have interviewed people that did not know the answer to that question. So,
oh no,
put it that way.
So you get to see it from a different perspective.
A CV should never be any longer than 2 pages.
Well, sure. If you have enough to put on more than 2 pages, then fuck you. You shouldn't be looking for a job anyway. Jobs should be looking for you in Soviet Russia.
People get bored. Okay, he says one weird thing over here: the clocks don't change.
Well, put a bill into the Congress to stop doing it here. Put it half an hour up and just leave it.
European countries are not doing it anymore.
It just makes sense. It was something from the 14th century when farmers needed to get up early.
Yeah,
we need to knock it off.
Not sure if I should just do it anyway and maybe start a new trend.
It seems unlikely that would catch on, but you never know.
Thanks all, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. We love you, buddy. Good luck with the job search.
Japan. Yeah, I hope you get one.
In Japan.
And that's it for emails. So there you go.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. What's that email?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, what is that email address again that people should send?
VGpodcast.uk@gmail.com.
I was making a little joke earlier with the wrong one. Yeah, 4 emails every year.
At least 3 to 4. Yeah, we need.
Yeah, I think emails make the show, so I want more emails.
Some kind of communication from the community in some way. Email, speak pipes, Discord,
tweets.
Instagram, TikTok.
You know, I'll tell you what. One thing about
it, on Reddit. We're not on most of those platforms.
Hate Twitter, right? Because I don't go on Twitter, okay? And I posted a tweet last week for the Veteran Gamers to say, "Oh, email the show or whatever."
Right.
And I was on Twitter for probably about 3 minutes, and I saw a man get shot in a shop.
Ugh.
Wow.
And I saw an online argument about trans people, and then a racial argument, and then a big argument about like EA and they're an awful company. And I just came straight. I was in a bad mood straight away, and I was like, Twitter is fucking awful.
It's always been
so if you're addicted to Twitter, just be mindful of how much.
But it's also the type of thing where you got to follow the right people, and then put the tab on following, not the current or whatever, because they want to feed you that controversial bullshit. If you follow good people who post interesting stuff, you can get I have a feed on Twitter that's actually pretty decent, because it's people talking about important stuff and giving funny memes and things like that. It's actually enjoyable to go on Twitter for me, but I have to make sure I'm not looking at the tab that's the default one.
Well, I was on Twitter for 5 minutes and it was gross. So.
I don't blame you for turning it off.
Turn that shit off. Turn that shit off. Yeah. Right, I think that's about it, people. So it's time to do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here.
It's time for a shout-out. Hey!
So, Duke.
I will shout out Amar because, first of all, he's always sending me fun stuff. And this past week, so I had spring break. The Duchess took Friday off. We had a lovely Friday was awesome. The start of my weekend was magnificent. The end of my weekend sucked, but it's getting better because we had a fun show. The Duchess is amazing. Whatever. Anyway, so we went into the next town over to get breakfast at this little cafe we like to go to, the Firefly. And when we passed it, there's the village is voting soon for their new village council or whatever. And one of the people running, his last name is Wunsch. And I don't know if y'all remember from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but there's Madeline Wunsch on that show, and like Raymond Holt hates her. So
he's like arch nemesis.
Right, yeah. So as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta send it to Amar. And I couldn't get the camera to take a picture of the actual sign in people's yards, but I went to his website and I took a screenshot of that, and I was like, hey, it's on. He goes, I'm gonna be able to find what he wrote because it was great. Somebody else can do their shout outs while I'm looking this up.
Okay, Chinny, over to you.
Well, I gotta shout out the wife. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Tara. Cool.
So shout out to Tara. She is a year older.
Yay. Would love to shout, lunch time is over if he loses. No regrets. Thank you, Amar. I'm glad I could share that with you.
There you go.
And happy birthday, Tara, as well.
Yeah, I'm going to shout out the consultants at Blackpool. Hope they're right. Maybe they won't be. Who knows?
Just listen to who you think is right. That's what Americans do.
I like what they were saying, so I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, go with that.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with what they said. Fucking unshout out to COVID.
Yeah.
COVID's a bitch. Fucking hate it. Although, thankfully, I have to say, up to now, fingers crossed, I'm not that ill. I've had it for 2 days and I feel...
Keep drinking water, keep breathing deeply.
Just like a bad cold at the moment. That's all it feels like. So
I hope it goes to no colds.
Yeah. Also, COVID's not real, Stu, so I don't know what you're playing.
Yeah, COVID's not real. Flu. It's not real anyway.
Right.
And I guess that's it. And obviously the people took the time to email the show. And
and everybody in the chat tonight, and Red Van Man, Soul Brother number 1.
Everyone in the chat.
We love y'all.
We love you all. Love all of you.
Yeah. And shout out to Chinny. He's doing the show again next week.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, well, shout me out when I'm there because I haven't got the internet yet.
Well,
back in the conservatory with a bit of luck.
Give you a beat.
So hopefully I'm not sat here with a sore back,
showing us your
around
wang
constantly, showing you my wang.
Right. When's the Super Mario movie coming out?
April the 4th, I think.
Oh, so soon, very soon.
Yeah,
very soon.
Just over a week.
Did I tell you that I showed my little niece? Did I tell you this last week? That I showed my niece the trailer?
I
can't remember. I'll tell the story. I'm sorry if I've already said this, but my niece,
if I remember it.
My little niece, she's 4, and she's very, very cute. She doesn't really watch much TV because like her mom doesn't really watch TV, so she doesn't. But she has watched. I think she's watched about I don't know. The first film she watched was Trolls, and she watched it with me, and she loved it, even though she got a little scared. I've been slowly showing her Mario. I bought her a little Mario Skylectrics thing, and she sees my little Mario figures that I have. So I've been
you're indoctrinating her with Mario.
With Mario stuff. Yeah. And then I said, "Oh, Talia, you know that little Mario guy?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, he's got a little film coming out." Oh, all right. And I showed her the trailer, and she looked very concerned. She was just like, "Oh, like scrunching her face, like watching it." I was like, "Oh, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it." And the trailer finished, and she went, "I loved that."
Yay!
So I might have a little. Partner in crime to go and watch the film with.
Take it and not feel like you're going on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just
I'm just here for my kid. Look, it's the Rainbow Road. Oh, here comes the part Super Mario World. Shut up, sir.
Shut up, Talia. I'm trying to watch the film, but I want to go to the toilet. Shut up.
Just go in your pants and I'll buy you new pants.
Yeah. That's probably what I'll tell her to do.
Don't you hate
pants? I hope
it's
not 3 hours long like Avatar. Who knows?
No, it's only an hour and a half. It's very short.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect length for the movie.
Exactly. She'll love it.
Stop fucking making films as long as you can, people.
She'll love it. She'll love it.
And I think that's about it. So we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, sure we do.
Don't you hate pants?
Don't you hate pants? All right, that's it, people. Fuck off.
All right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you?
Don't you hate pants?
Won't you just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead? Sitting at home, watch TV, turn it up, slow good Sunday.
Don't you hate pants?
I am seriously going to be crippled by this time tomorrow, I tell you.
Because you hate pants?
Because I hate pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much hate pants.
Why are you going to be crippled? What are you talking about?
Just like
lying on a bed's uncomfortable, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Oh my god, my back.
Like when you've got to sit up and stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be glib about it. It does suck.
I'm gonna have bed sores. I'm gonna have open wounds.
You won't. You've only done it. You've literally only done it for like 2 hours. Like you'll be fine.
I know it's too long already. I'm already in pain.
Just move around.
Already.
Do some jumping jacks. Run on the spot.
You might be overreacting a little bit.
That doesn't sound like him.
No, I'm in agony, people. Just saying.
All right, I'm going to stop the stream. Thanks, everyone.